Okay, here we are once again, rejoining our Star Wars Edge of the Empire game. We have mostly a full crew. We have one absence, but he has graciously offered to allow us to puppet him as a healer bot and other things. So we'll figure out. If it's okay with everybody, I will probably just roll 4 Zarcies when necessary. Unless one of you wants to kind of take on responsibilities of rolling for him, we can do that too. Does anybody have a preference for that? Is that okay?
I'm fine with you handling it as just another NPC.
Oh, it's another NPC. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's got going. So.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do, and the assumption is that we will keep him in. He will keep him in the background, and he will be there to step up and heal when necessary. Otherwise, he's just kind of an extra gun, an extra heal bot. So where we left it was that you were in the final planning stages of moving on Kur Nifton, specifically in his moving on his underground lair, as part of the deal you have made with the mysterious Agagara. There's a lot of mysterious people in Batuu. Have you noticed that? Nobody's just like they're an open book. They are who they are.
I'm sure the context of scum and villainy doesn't come with like, let's just sit down and talk about our feelings.
Yes,
and I'll tell you my whole backstory and motivations, and yeah.
That would be a very different game.
You don't have the villain handbook? I thought that was just at every point.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
There's trading cards. The handbook was a lot to but like yeah, you just like on the background. It's
exactly. But
rough on the outside, heart of gold.
Right. Yes. They roll on table D6, and you will find his traits. But in any case, you have planned to infiltrate his underground tunnel, part of the underground tunnel system in the town of the Black Spire Outpost, and basically rob him blind for Agagara. And of course, the one thing that you do need that she wants is this sort of ceremonial paddle that is inscripted with various ancient script, non-standard script, and that is a sort of bill of title, if you will, to the cantina, or what passes for it here in the Black Spire Outpost, and that is chiefly what she wants. So the rest of it has been, she's like, you get what's in there. If you can haul it out, you can get it.
But we don't know why she wants that. Like,
oh no, he stole it from her.
He stole it. Yeah, he stole it from her.
But it's like, go get me this thing and I'll now be in charge. But who are you?
Mm-hmm. Well, there were to recap here. There were a couple of roles that people wanted to make at the top of the session. To see if that sort of affects the information you have going in, if that gives you any kind of further intel, if that gives you kind of any further advantage. One of those was, I believe, Bobkin, you wanted to make a streetwise or underworld role,
right?
To essentially about Agagara, like you wanted to find out more about her. I know also that again, Zarcies was going to make a warfare role. Again, I'm fine with doing that on his behalf. It probably is, could be very well be beneficial to you all. We
need to do our points too.
And you need to do your force points. So let's get them out of the way right off the top of the bat. Everybody pick one white die and roll it.
All right, so I got an alt tab
I
there.
see your light side, Zag, and raise you a dark side.
No.
Same team.
So what am I rolling here, Pete?
Click on the white die to put it in the little green box, and then click roll dice.
There it is. Boom.
Roll. Okay, so let's see. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see. So Zag, you rolled a light side, and then we got 2 dark side, and then Bob can roll 2 light side. Okay, so let's see. Let's switch those. Dark, and then there's 3 more. So let's see, only 3 of those. Minus. All right, so wait, dark. There we go. So 3 light side, 2 dark side. That look right to everybody?
Yep.
All right, so we are good with that. That means that okay, so you have it's pretty even odds here. So in terms of destiny, so Bobkin, again, you wanted to make this roll to basically determine, see if you can figure out a little bit more about Agagara. Now, here's the only trick about it, is that she did specifically ask that you keep your connections with her to on the down low. That doesn't mean you can't ask. It just means that you have to ask in a roundabout way to basically, to find out, who was here, who was this person in the past, who owned the cantina in the past, etc. Now, what that means is basically that adds a black die to your roll. So because it's it's a sort of rhetorical complexity you have to go through in order to get this information. It's just like, I have to talk about this in a way that's not going to make it clear that I'm talking about this person, or you guys pull the information from them without them realizing that you're asking specifically about her. So we will assume that you have a black die. Now, I believe that because of your, and I think this should be prefigured in, you've got a blue die because of one of your talents on Streetwise or Underworld. So kind of cancels it out. So I guess I don't know whether one is better than the other. You can make a case for either. What do you want to roll?
I guess the blue one, right?
Well, no. You have to pick your skill. So it's Streetwise or Underworld.
Underworld.
Underworld. Okay. So pick under. So then do Underworld. Pick Underworld. Just choose that skill from the drop down.
Yep. Looking for it.
Okay. And then add, let's see, 2 purple. And you actually have, you have an ability that cancels the black die. So forget about the black die. You don't even need to worry about that. So
add 2 purple, you said?
Add 2 purple for difficulty and roll dice.
And there seems to be a black one in there already.
Is it a black one with a little minus sign across it?
Yeah.
That's your cancel. So don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So and then roll dice. So
yeah.
I got yellow, green, 2 purple. Roll. All right.
Roll. Okay. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't. Here's the thing. You haven't been around this port that much. You don't really know the people that well. So you are. Unfortunately, you just aren't able to find anybody. You're not able to find any really good contacts. You spend most of your time kind of, because it's the part of the port you know the best, is you spend most of your time around the docking bays themselves. And what you do find out is that you do hear that Nifton, this was kind of completely not extraneous, but tertiary information, but you do find out that Nifton's brother, who was mentioned previously in your conversations with Agagara, Nifton's brother has a pirate vessel called the Silver Hammer. And that Silver Hammer makes raids along sort of the local hyperspace lanes that are connected to Batu. And he comes back about every 4 to 6 months. What you glean from that is that, that basically when he's around, Nifton is tougher, essentially, because he has more people to pull on. Okay. Nobody can seem to recall exactly the last time he was in port, but they know he wasn't in port he's not in port right now. Okay. So that's what you find out with just that little advantage. So it's not a huge piece of information, but it's something that you may find useful in the future. So there is that. And then did we want to do want me to do that warfare roll for Xerxes?
Yeah, I think that one was to give us an advantage going into, enemy territory. So to speak.
Right.
It was something we'd already planned on doing previous session. We just didn't want to do it with everyone in the room.
Right. Exactly. All right. So we're gonna. So I'm rolling warfare on behalf of Xerxes. It will not show up as him, but it'll be. Okay. So Xerxes analyzes the situation. You get 2 successes and 1 threat. So let's see. I would say with 2 successes, here is what he comes up with. Here's what you should do. And you can decide not to do this if you want, if you don't think this is a good idea, but this is just kind of what I'm coming up with here. what you want to do is you want them to be off balance and not expect, if they're expecting a conflict from you and they're trying to come for you, you want to throw them off. You don't want them just kind of sitting around watching you. If it is possible, it would be a good idea to have the Lost Legacy take off before the attack and make it look like you're all on it. So if they're watching the Lost Legacy and the Lost Legacy leaves port, they are likely to, Nifton is likely to let down his guard a little bit. It should be possible to sort of just hang out inside the docking bay after the Lost Legacy leaves. When they see the ship take off, if you wait a little while, it's unlikely that they're going to like hang out and just watch the docking bay. They're probably just going to assume you're on the ship. So that is his advice. There was also a threat with that, and I'm going to say the threat is essentially a confirmation of what you kind of suspected, because it's not that much threat. You know that as you kind of do your comings and goings, you start to see a number of shady characters hanging around, keeping an eye on the entrance to your docking bay. So it's essentially confirmation. You know that Nifton is his people are, or you're pretty sure. It could be somebody else, but you're pretty sure Nifton's people are watching you all, keeping an eye on you. Haven't done anything yet, but they are, as far as you can tell, but they are definitely keeping an eye on you. So that's what you get. Again, you can follow this advice or not. You're under no obligation to do this for sure. Like, it's just a roll, but it's up to you. Whether it's something you all want to do, whether you have a reason not to do it, that's fine too. For his part, Andro and Lodicom are fine to do whatever you need them to do.
Well,
it makes sense.
To expand on that idea, we could always like have the small ship go out of town if we need a quick getaway, and then to also expand on that, we can have the new loader bot, be moving materials in and out, and that could be part of the way to get the rest of you out.
You will not fit in my ship. In my ship, it's me-sized. No.
Wait, the small ship?
No, my bot.
Her bot, her robot,
my little car.
her smallest ship.
Yeah, but
My ship.
isn't it like a loader?
It is a loader.
No,
Yeah.
it's mine.
No, that's part of
It's
the
got a me
size. No,
size quality, that's it.
yeah. No. You fit in the bot, and the bot's going to be helping loading boxes.
Zach's like trying to get in and like let us
No, I'm not trying to get in at all. I'm trying to help them get out while looking like something else.
So if I'm reading this
You want
right,
to go in a box?
What? No, I'm going to look like Crew. I'm the disguise guy, remember? Or the sneak guy.
Okay, you gonna get Sorbo in a box? Because I'm pretty sure nobody puts Sorbo in a box.
$2.
That's fine. Whatever we need to do to make it
3
look
if
like
I've
he's
been
luggage, that's fine.
I don't know if we have to be that.
here's this might be this. I mean, I certainly like the idea of a box of the box. I certainly like the idea of the loader. Being able to come and go and do, because that gives you a really good way to keep an eye on them watching you. Yeah. That's like last session. You're watching me, but I'm watching you watching me. But you don't know that I'm watching you watching me. So.
Well, at least I don't know that they know.
Yes, exactly. You don't know that they don't.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that there's levels to that. There's terms for that.
Yes.
What's that called?
But that's what my thought is, to have Veronica go in and out. Unloading people.
Well, here's the other thing. You mentioned taking a grasshopper sort of and landing it outside of town. That essentially solves your problem for how the other people get out. I was thinking like, oh, you can hide out in the docking bay. Technically, you don't even need to do that. You could have the Lost Legacy take off and then just have at some point have the grasshopper separate off and fly back down and land somewhere outside the city. And there you are, Bob's your uncle at that point.
Yeah, I mean that's the better way to do the plan that I kind of thought of. Mine was just the escape route.
It's refinement of the plan. It's refinement of the plan. So just offering that is a thing.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just kind of NPCing Xarces here. So
no, and that's a good plan. So
wouldn't ordinarily be this helpful. So, okay.
Real quick, I don't think my XP got spent.
Okay.
Just I know what I bought, and it was Pearl and Pearl.
Then just update it in your character. Just edit your character now, and it should reflect in the game.
I can. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. You can do that. We just need to reconcile them after the session. So, so that's fine. All right. So, so that is done. Are there any other roles or preparations or anything that anybody wants to do before we embark on this heist?
I had a thought, but I can't. It's gone now. It was another. Nick reminded me of something, and now I have lost it. So I'll be
Never
fine.
mind.
We'll wing it.
You'll remember it in the middle of combat. You're like, God damn it.
Absolutely.
And you're right, Pete. It was my planning ahead. Sorry.
Let's go
I
steal some
anticipated
shit.
XP last game, so that's what it was.
There you go. I'm sorry. Ryan? Did you say something? Did anybody else? Bobkin?
I said, let's go steal some shit.
Let's go steal some shit. We're gonna break into a place and steal some shit. Okay. All right. So onward you shall proceed. So we're gonna assume that pretty much that stuff happens according to the way it was told to you. The ultimate goal, of course, is to get into the tunnels. I'm gonna open these up here. So not there. Let's see here. So there's the town. There are the tunnels. And so you want to ultimately get to somewhere around there, which is sort of the center of Nifton's area. And these water tunnels lead from the river area into the underground complex. Again, Nifton does not control the whole place. He's sort of anything with sort of in the tunnels between those red lines is what he controls. But, you know, he's, again, as far as you know, he's only got 20 guys. So it's not like you're invading like a military facility here. Having said that, you should expect some resistance. Now, just again as a reminder, Bobkin still retains all of his thief gear from that you were basically expensed to comped by Doc Ondar before your last heist attempt. So that is all done. I think that you are good to go on that score. So we're just going to assume that this all is going to start. I think what we probably should do is get a roll. And this is maybe not you all, but, well, no, it is you all, because, let me see, how's this going to work? So let's just make sure I'm absolutely clear. Lena, are you going to play the robot and the droid and just basically go back and forth with cargo and be there in the city and rendezvous with them? Or are we foregoing that plan and you're just going to fly the grasshopper and you guys are going to come in through the tunnels all together? What's happening here?
Oh, no, I think I was actually intended to go elsewhere in the tunnels with the bot anyway.
Okay. So you just
If I
want
remember
to...
correctly, I was not going where everyone else was going.
Okay. So you want
I'm
to...
the distraction.
You're the distraction. So you were going to move into the tunnels just through another entrance and just kind of be moving around.
Yeah.
So that also allows you to keep an eye on them, on Nifton's men, while this whole subterfuge is going on. So let's get, I believe, you don't need, I'm not going to make you do a stealth roll inside the droid or anything, because it's just like, it's just, these guys just do not have the brain power to be able to even remotely think, hey, what if that droid isn't really a droid? It's just not, no, this is not going to happen. So we're just going to fiat that one and say they're convinced. But I do want you to make a perception roll against 2 purple, just to keep an eye on them and their comings or goings as you are coming and going with the cargo.
I see all the things.
1 success, 3 advantage.
All right, so pretty darn good. So 1 success, 3 advantage will give you pretty much anything you need. You see outside...
Really quick before we jump into that, I believe the rest of the plan was we were going to load up boxes on the bot, because it's a delivery bot. If it's running around that boxes, they're going to be like, are you robbing the joint? What's going on here?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But I think what we were going for was basically like the same sort of can of stuff flies out, sort of traps that she had used on the droids on the Hutt's Space Center.
Okay.
So that if they do start getting into the boxes, like if it gets to that point, they're gonna get like
Okay.
magnets flying places and all sorts of chaos.
If you want to screw with them, screwing with the boxes, then we're gonna need a roll to make those kind of simple traps.
I believe this was something that she would look to Sorbo and Ludic for help.
I would agree with that. Sorbo, can you?
This is not Lena's department. I'm just here to drive the boat.
So we're looking for basic mechanics against, say, 2 difficulty. These are mechanical traps generally. They're spring-loaded traps and just sort of like, snakes in a box, as we said. So if you can give us a roll to set up some of those.
Yeah, same sort of thing Ludic made last time.
I'm looking very quickly to see if there's anything that affects my role in character sheet before I throw dice at something.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything related to like booby traps or anything like that. I don't think you do, but
I do not remember what we had Ludic roll either. I think it was just like a mechanics roll.
It's mostly about breaking other people's stuff. So.
yeah, it was a mechanics roll for Lodicom, but just Sorbo's generally going to be better at it.
Yeah.
So, mechanics, and then difficulty is 2 purple.
Indeed, it is. These are not complex traps.
1 blue because this is prep time, so we're still on the ship, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're considering this prep time, so this is a bit of a retcon, but it's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I've done the same roll that Lena.
There you go. Let me just make sure.
I am sneaky and full of explosive snakes.
There we go. Okay, so exactly, very good. So I'm going to say that 1 success, basically you were successful with creating the traps. 3 advantages, I'm going to say, what do you want the 3 advantages to be? What do you think could be an extra sort of side bonus to the trap?
Honestly, given Lena's proclivities, I would say that the side bonus would simply be quantity.
Okay.
Make big distraction.
Yeah, okay. So yeah.
How many of these do you have access to?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll say that with the parts you have available, you can create like 3 of these. So 3 of the boxes can be booby trapped.
Cool.
And then Lena can just basically place them as you will. To like, if someone's going to screw with something, they're going to screw with this and this and this.
Big bada boom.
Yes.
Peak bada.
And one more prep thing.
Actually,
as we decide to prep.
I have my mind is almost like a Batman. It's like a Riddler Joker thing. The big boxing glove comes out.
And I think this might be maybe a deception roll to put this together.
Okay.
But I want to have in my back pocket like some sort of, and it needs to be generic so that you can't tell what person it came from, but an audio that basically is like, hey brother, I sent these boxes specifically to see if we had anybody that would get into our stuff when they shouldn't. So that if somebody opens the box and they're like, what they ever loving with this, it looks like it came from the brother who's off world, who's the one that's like more in charge of what their operation does, as a setup to find spies in their own operation.
Okay.
Plausible deniability for why you've just been hit in the face with a pie.
Yes. Okay. Good enough.
Including if it hits the brother in the face.
Yes. So that we'll consider that. So we need a deception roll for that. Unfortunately, that feels like a deception. Who's going to make that? Who's going to make that deception roll? Who can do that?
I can.
Yeah. Okay. So go for it. 2 difficulty, I would say.
2? Okay.
Yeah. None of this is particularly hard.
1 success.
So
We
you
just
need
made a generic computer voice say,
Yeah.
dear brother. She actually doesn't remember the names.
Yeah.
Dear brother, I
Yeah.
have sent
TikTok
this.
voice.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's the TikTok voiceover voice. It's
Exactly. Yeah.
It's weirdly feminine and like
Yeah.
mispronounces words.
It's but you managed to make it convincing enough because it's like a common thing. Like it's like basically when someone sends a text-based message, And this is the computer voice that like if the text doesn't include voice data, it just uses this default voice. So nobody's going to question it. It's just a thing. Maybe they'll question the like brother thing, but like I've got it recorded. You've got one success, you know. So if we need someone to do it, we'll figure it out. All right. So that is done. You've done your perception roll. You see two folks, two shady looking characters across from the docking bay entrance, just keeping an eye on things. You notice by looking at them that one of them does indeed have a pistol that he's kind of keeping under the folds of his kind of long tunic. But he has it at the ready, so they're kind of twitchy. Your read on them is that if the one of them's got a pistol out and he's just watching the place, that they're pretty twitchy. But they do, as I said, they do not see you for anything other than a droid. And then unless there's anything else you need to do beforehand, the Lost Legacy will lift off and fly away from the city. And when that happens, they're kind of look at each other and confused slightly, and they're just talking on the comm link, and they're kind of crowding around the comm link listening because it's obviously low. Do you want to try to listen into their conversation as you pass by, or are you just going to kind of head towards your rendezvous point?
And I assume they're telling Kur Nifton that we left.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna head, like, we'll set up a route that doesn't make it super obvious that we're coming from anywhere in particular with the box.
Right.
Like, stop by UPS. Be like,
Right.
hey, I'm just the prime delivery guy. That's why I'm just like in my own car. It's cool.
Yeah.
Is that Universal Postal Service?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Universal Postal Service.
I can believe the Empire would start up gig economy stuff. That seems evil enough.
That seems right on brand for them.
Oh, especially the outer planets. Come on. I also have like a box that's labeled like DoorDash, and you just gotta get them all at once.
Indeed.
The jump seat labeled Uber.
The loader bot just has stickers across the back for like every brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Ryan really liked that one.
Just the gig economy is broken, Ryan.
Yes. So, in any case, Lena, in your droid disguise, you are moving along through the streets of Black Spire Outpost. The rest of you are on board the Lost Legacy, and basically when it gets up to a certain distance and altitude, you're going to fly the Grasshopper back to a spot outside the town. Lane is not on board to pilot, so who's going to do the piloting?
I forgot. I'd leave you with a pilot.
I was wondering
You could
about
also
that.
ask Andro to drive you and drop you off. Andro can fly.
You could do that.
Andrew can fly.
Yeah,
No, Andro can fly.
you can.
Andrew can fly.
You can. He's done it before. Do you just want him to fly? That leaves Lodicom, and the droids alone on the ship, but Mamatigo. But it's probably okay.
We don't have anybody else weird on the ship.
Can
Why don't we
Sorbo
collect
fly?
NPCs?
Make it so.
Technically, yes.
Technically, Sorbo
Yeah.
can fly. He is not
I don't want to leave. I don't want to bring the other two.
I have 3 dice in. Is this going to be planetary or space?
It'll be planetary because you never get into the orbit. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
Then, I mean, they are identical, but yeah, I can fake it. It's fine.
Well,
Everything will be
if
fine.
that's the case, I can fake it too then.
You
no,
can
no.
just have Andro drop you off.
who has
Oh,
more
God.
green dice? Who has more green dice?
We're gonna
We
die.
have the same. We have the
Okay.
same. But I'm gonna let Sorbo do it.
All right. I'll tell you what you can do though,
He has
Nick.
to fix it if it breaks
Nick.
anyway.
You could assist as a co-pilot.
Yes, I will assist.
Okay. So Nick, you roll your assistance first.
Okay. No penalties.
No, you're rolling against. This is super easy. So 1 purple.
Okay. Pilot planetary, 1 purple. Roll dice. 2 successes, 1 threat.
1 threat. Okay. So
Lena from Planet is listening to the communications like, yeah, no, I'm locked in. We got this. And she's like, oh, he's going to explode it. Oh, he's going to explode it.
I sense a disturbance in the
Of course.
Yeah, the force
threat
is
is
only
Lena
about the
executing the
ship.
It's Lana just like, they're touching my ship!
Yeah. The threat is if we come back with scratched paint, we're gonna get murdered by a loading drone.
Yeah. Yes.
He moved my seat. He like messed up the preset.
So the threat is that the success does work, so it does go to Sorbo. The threat is that you're like, hey, like all these guys are talking about how fun, like Lodacom and Andrew were talking about how fun it was to take speeders fast down the canyons of the river. Let's do the same thing. So that's the course you chart. And so like then Sorbo, you're getting down there like, why did you pick this course? So Sorbo, roll yours. You have 1 purple, but you also get a blue die.
Probably should have done that in the other order, I'm thinking.
Oh, that is. It's okay. So it's fine. You'll be
You
fine.
definitely dinged it.
So you did scratch the paint a little, and after you scratch the paint, you get an advantage, which means that you do manage to find, after you're like, God damn it, you like just pull up, and then when you pull up, you see a little box canyon that's off to the side, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be a walk or a scramble up the riverbank, but you found a place to land. So you scrape the paint, you gotta walk. That's the net of that. It's not terrible.
We can deal with that.
It's not a failure. Like, you're just like
I will try.
it still
I will
work.
try and keep Lena from killing Zag for what he did to the ship.
Yes, just like
I did not do co-pilot. Everybody else heard. Co-pilot.
co-pilot.
Sorbo knows better than to say what he's doing out loud than his messed up his trip. So all Lena has heard is Zag like, I got this. No, I'm in. I got this. I said that. She's like, oh no.
It's like Sorbo's like, you charted the course. Nick's like, yeah, I could have done it. Like
I was
Zag's
the
like-
one that like.
Zag's
the one at the stick.
Zag says, get good.
Yeah.
Get good,
You
noob.
considered getting good.
So, in any case, you have landed the ship successfully. It is out of the way, and you
I
are
regret not putting them in boxes.
yeah. And so you make your way a scramble sort of up the riverbank, which is the main thing that's going to do is add some time to your journey. So. It's going to take a while for you to kind of be in touch. By the way, is someone keeping comms up with Lena in her droid?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Lena, as you trundle through the streets of Black Spire Outpost toward the entrance to one of the entrances to the caves and the tunnels, you hear from them, had to land a little farther away. It's no big deal, etc., etc.
You know what?
wanna go
I
and get,
touched
like, a
one
coffee or
thing.
something?
Touch one bolt. I get yelled at. They've undoubtedly broken the ship. They've undoubtedly. No, there's not going to be any repercussions because Lena, you were down on planet and we didn't know how to fly.
Some,
Not wrong.
yeah,
Also, you should probably close comms.
yes. From outside the droid, the citizens of Black Spire Outpost just hear.
Is that droid okay?
This sounds like a droid. It's a very that's a very grumpy
Really
droid.
angry.
It's a very grumpy droid.
I didn't do it.
Yes. So,
Lena's gonna find a place to park and go get snacks.
Maybe that was coming. Yeah.
I thought you would have loaded up on snacks, to be fair.
Well, now it's gonna be an extra 20 minutes. I don't
Yeah.
have enough snacks.
are you gonna try to get out of the droid and get snacks, or are you gonna?
Don't get out of the droid, Lena.
I'm gonna park somewhere sneaky.
No, don't get out. You don't need
I
snacks.
didn't pack enough for you to be this far away.
Just
Lena.
roll up to the drive-thru.
Layla.
Droid opens up.
Just
Food.
there.
Droid
Yeah.
closes. No one saw nothing.
It's DoorDash.
Lena.
It's DoorDash. The droid is up there making doot 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 doot.
Hey, I will take with 2 purple, 2 successes, 4 advantages to get myself some friggin' snacks, sneaky wise.
You did. Oh my God.
You know, actually, I don't think it blows Lena's cover to get out of the droid because based on my watching of all of the making of the Star Wars movies, all droids have tiny people inside.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So that you know, just following in the path of Kenny Baker.
I wanted to use those 2 successes and 4 advantages to not only do they, or did no one around me notice me get out for snacks, they actually don't realize that when I said I'm going to get snacks, I no longer listened to anything they told me to do.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
that seems reasonable.
So yes. So you park the droid in a side alley. You get out. You get snacks. You return back. Nobody sees you. In fact, I'm gonna. Yeah, I would say just, you know, the advantages even show you that there's another route into the underground that you didn't see before. Like, oh, I could like just drive into the underground just from here. So
Just literally parks in one of the like loading bay to the underground. Just
yes,
like,
yeah,
snacks first.
like super.
I love this. Yeah, I'm getting snacks. Is when she's getting back into the loader. She didn't even like. She's just like, I already got it. Oh, there's a new entrance too.
Meanwhile, we're hiking up a blind canyon.
Yes.
With, like,
Lena's got a
trees
giant
and
Slurpee and just
brambles.
like
Yeah.
A mouthful
Handful of
very
jerky.
crunchy.
So this is rocky terrain that y'all are hiking around. So, and the water's on one side and basically rock walls on the other. So it doesn't really have a well-defined shoreline. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and indeed there was a lot of scree, exactly as you would expect. So it's a pain to make your way up.
Zag looks happy.
Yeah, Zag probably.
He's in the forest.
You're well. You're not in the forest. You're in the wilderness.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah. You're in the wilds.
Outdoors.
Yeah, wilds. Thank you.
You're in the wilds. I'm gonna say it is actually challenging enough to get where you're supposed to get to that I'm going to require sort of coordination or athletics to get there. It's not hard. It's 1 purple, but I'm going to need Bobkin and Sorbo and Zag to roll that.
Can I argue survival?
Okay, I lost audio there for a sec. What am I rolling against?
It's just a glitch, I'm sure. So you're rolling either athletics or coordination.
Athletics? Okay.
Or whichever's better. Zag,
Coordination's fine.
coordination is probably, yeah. I think it's a little too situational for survival. It is literally moving around as opposed to survival is like, I know what herb this is.
Fair.
So let's do it that way. So everybody give me, again, just 1 purple is all we need.
1 purple. Okay. Oh shit, that was good. That was good.
That was actually quite good.
We're professionals.
Bounding up
Yeah.
the coast.
We're professionals out here.
Yes.
Hypothetically.
Yes, it's like this part, like, my goal here is to make you blow all of your good luck at the beginning of the session, you see. Clearly that's my goal.
Yeah, bargain
For
basket.
reference, Sorbo is absolutely humming his own theme music as he goes.
I have certain Star Wars music in my head right now, but I'm not gonna say what it is.
You'll get copyright strike.
I will. I'll get a hit. So you make your way up that coast until you reach as Agagara said, there is a cave entrance.
There's not a bunny rabbit in there, is there?
Not as far as you know. Thank God, no. But in a little eddy off the main river, where sort of just the water is calm, there is again, as you can see exactly what I was talking about. How it's pretty rough coast. It's hard to get up the shore here, but finally it opens up to this cave entrance. Which the only thing that's a little bit weird about this is that this looks. I mean, she said that this was something that was used by the ancient peoples of Batu as kind of when the river was higher as an aqueduct, basically. And you're like, okay, well, they didn't seem to work it very much. It just looks like a cave. But it's in the right place. It appears to be the right thing. So you all peer into the darkness and see that once you get past the first hump of scree and rock, it's actually water. It's not that deep. It's about maybe waist height, but it is. You are going to get wet as you move through the tunnels. So that's what you all are doing. Are there any special precautions or anything else you want to do as you move through the muck and the wet? No? We're all good?
I'm kind of trusting the people that know their way. Like this is effectively ruins. Like I've done this a bunch.
Yeah.
We're outdoors. Zag should be fine. Like I think we got this.
Yeah.
I think once Zag hits the water, though, he's going to try and take a few moments to just try and steady his mental state, because
Okay.
he's been really heated the past couple of times, and he's just going to try and keep a level head as much as possible.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I know Bobkin. I know that we talked a little bit about Bobkin trying to do something similar, and I assume he was doing that before the activity started here as well. So it is duly noted on the part of the force using characters that is the case. And so you are moving into the tunnel complex. Are you attempting to move stealthily at this point?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little hard
that's
with
a
water.
given.
It's a little. It is a little hard. It's a little hard with water, and that's why I asked.
The answer is always yes.
The answer is always yes. Once you're in situ. Okay, so.
I mean, we're not Smurfs. La 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 la.
La, la, yeah.
Hi ho, it's off to stealing we go.
Brainy, what's that? I don't know.
Yeah, right. There's always monsters and shits.
There's always monsters and shit. Yes.
Careful about asking about shit right now.
Zag can tell you all about frog monsters in the water. It's not good. But all I need is one. I need one stealth roll. Not everybody has to make it. It's not like D&D rules. So here's the deal. It is only 2 purple, but it is 2 black because you are in water, as you say.
Okay, I have 2 blue, just so you're aware.
So that's great. It all comes out in the wash.
Yes, 1 success.
1 success out of all of that. That's a lot of dice for 1 success.
That's a lot of dice.
But that's the way it works.
1 success.
Okay.
But no threats.
No threats and no failures. So, Zag,
No advantage, yeah.
no advantage, but Zag basically after, you see Zag take the lead, and he's basically moving through, and he kind of keeps his hands on and he's like, okay, a lot of these rocks are slimy, that's going to be a problem, and he's like, and a lot of the rocks underneath the water are slimy, and that's going to be a problem. Move slowly, shuffle your feet, don't slosh, keep anything that will slosh. That's the other thing, like pull your tunics and your everything up so that nothing's sloshing around. You have no loose fabric sloshing around because that makes noise. So he does what you need to do. It's successful. It's just slow. It's frickin' slow. And so you move slowly through the water into the darkness. You do, as you move into it, start to see kind of worked doorways and channels that actually you can see places where the stone was indeed carved to try to encourage the water to go in certain directions. And interestingly enough, it leads, slightly down. So, you actually are going deeper underground from where you were. After a time, again, following the map that Agagara has laid out, you reach a number of vertical shafts, and the vertical shafts have stone steps carved into them, which are very worn and very slimy, but they do lead up, and you see light and what looks like metal grates at the top of those. So I assume you are going to ascend these. Yeah. Again, do we assume the Zag is going first? Who is going first?
I think Zag's
no.
taking point on most of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zag is definitely taking point.
He's got the stealth, yeah.
Yeah. So Zag. So
I am pulling up the rear.
okay. So Zag, Bobkin, Sorbo. Got it. And we will assume that then that. Well, we don't have. We actually didn't. We forgot about poor Zarces because he's not here. So we'll assume that Zarces is between Sorbo and Bobkin.
Sure.
Because he's not in the rear. He's not. He's just there. Okay. So so Zag, you make your way slowly but surely up this shaft into until you peer out into a kind of something of a warren that you see of tunnels, and the tunnels are lit by some sort of local illumination globes that look like they're supplied power by wires of some kind. Mostly this looks like sort of ancient tunnel construction just with these few bits of technology is forced in and added to the mix. I'm going to need you to make a perception check against, 2 difficulty and 1 black. 2 purple, 1 black.
Okay.
Because you're looking at this from a disadvantaged position.
Yeah, no
That's the reason for the black. Okay, so. All clear! Okay, so.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. I'm good. Okie doke. So, with that being said, there's nothing else to do but move the grate as quietly as you possibly can and make your way up into the chamber. Moving the grate will require another separate stealth roll at this point. So please make me another stealth roll against 3 purple.
3 successes.
All right, so just like an expert, you lift it up just slightly, you put a little cloth underneath the edges so that it doesn't scrape, you put a little cloth on the other side, and then you gently just heave-ho and lift it up, and just gently push it aside.
Zag's muscles are straining the whole time.
This is like...
He only has one broad. But it's very precise, but like...
Yeah. So yeah, it works. And then when Zag slips out, he leaves like this gap. Like this, it was he moved it just enough to get his body through. So like Bobkin and and Xarces and Sorbo come up, and it's just like, are you kidding me?
It's fine.
Okie doke. So let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna say. Xarces, you're up top. What do you do when you get up top as the others are coming up? Or pardon me, Xarces. Sorry, brain fatigue, pandemic brain. Zag, what do you do when you get up top?
Oh, definitely take a quick look around and just see if there's any movement in any of the doorways.
Okay.
What have I gotten
Just
myself
scouting.
into?
Yeah, it's scouting at this point.
Okay, so you're just kind of like moving around and looking through the doorways, or are you kind of just standing off to the side? I mean, basically, I'm like, are you actively moving around the space, or are you kind of off to the side looking?
Oh, no. He's off to the side, definitely peering around, and then he'll dash across and then look, through whatever doorways.
Okay.
He's
All right.
trying to be stealthy about this.
Okay, so you were trying to be stealthy. Very good. Alrighty. So you are up, and Bobkin, you are coming. You're actually like kind of waist up out of the thing. When you see you both spot, because you would have heard it before, but you failed the perception. Some kind of small sentry droid floating down the hallway and heading this way through the entrance. So I need you both separately to make another stealth roll against 3 purple right now.
Stealth. All right. Let's see.
Can I give the 2 advantage to him?
You absolutely can. So
You said two purple, you said?
2 purple, but add 2 blue as well, because Zag just gave you advantage.
Zag's grabbing you.
2 purple and 2 blue.
2 purple and 2 blue to the roll, yeah.
All right.
It's a stealth roll.
Boom. All right.
Okie doke. Very good. Very good. Perfect. So it's good you got those advantages too. All right. So you both. So basically Zag is like, helps you up and over, and you both are kind of flatten yourselves up. And you've both been in situations like this before. You know what to do. And you basically flatten yourselves up against the sort of dark alcoves that are available in the corners, and just going by the general notion that sentry droids tend to adopt very predictable patterns. Just like in a video game, they have algorithms that run, and they're basically like, what is the optimal, sort of like the salesman problem. They're like, what is the optimal patrol route that I go through? And they will tend to do it the same way every time. So that little guy passes by, and he does not see you. So he is gone. But he'll be back, and you still have Xarces and Sorbo in the drainage shaft. So presumably you guys want to get everybody up out of the grate really
Yeah,
fast.
up and out real quick.
Okay. All right. Sorbo, you don't require. I'll say that their stealth was good enough. You do not require a separate stealth roll. Xerxes does not require a separate stealth roll. So you all make it up.
How obvious is it that this thing that we come up through is open once we're all above here?
That's what I was thinking.
It is. You can, because Zag put little bits of cloth. You can replace the grate. There is kind of a wet, muddy soil on the bottom of the chamber. So that's leaving marks of your footprints.
Okay.
Now,
Good idea. Yeah, put the grate back. That's a good idea.
yeah.
Yeah, my thought is put the grate back versus how quickly we want to be able to get out of here.
Well, yeah, but I'm afraid things are going to come back and see the grate's open.
Yeah, I think this is our escape route. We're already boned.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
our rush escape route.
Yeah. And if we're trying to rush, who cares if we're noisy? So let's put the crate back and get the hell out of here.
So what all's in this room? Like,
Very little. I mean, it appears to be an ancient, an ancient set of tunnels that were used by the natives of this realm or this area long ago.
Now here's a question.
Yeah.
Why the hell would they have a drone down here? It's just a warren of tunnels.
it's cheaper than having somebody patrolling that you have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're not using this area. This is an area that is open to what they're doing.
Exactly. This is connected to the areas they care about. So it's basically like if you had an above ground facility, imagine you have a fence and then you have people patrolling around the fence. That's all it
Now,
means.
because I'm not really familiar with the tech, how do you take one of these things out if you have to? You just bash it, or what do you?
The best way to do it would be to hit it with some kind of ionization blaster or something or ionization effect that takes out droids, because that can do a ton of damage in terms of. Lane is doing exercises in the back.
I'm saying.
I was scratching with the cat.
Hit with the hammer.
But yeah, so yes, you can bash the droid, but the best way to do it is to basically take it out with some kind of ion blaster effect.
Do we have anything like that?
Yes, Sorbo
All right.
indeed has a device. So there are basically two ways to deal with this, right? You either, I mean, you haven't been here long enough to understand its pattern.
Right.
You can either attempt to just slip by out of its patrol area and move on to the next area.
I think that's the best idea, because
Yeah.
I'm afraid
Yeah.
if we hit it,
If you hit it and you don't take it out,
yeah.
you in trouble.
No.
It'll alert
We're,
everyone.
we're moving. That's fine. We're moving.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah, that's moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are moving through the area, and you move out, and let's see. I'm going to do a quick. Just a quick check here. I'm going to say you need to do one more stealth roll. Again, this is a group stealth roll this time. So whoever is best can do it. It's only going to be 2 difficulty because the droid, you know that the droid is not in the area, and you know the droid is in the area, but even if you don't know their route, you know they're not in this immediate hallway. So just do 2 difficulty to get out of here without the droid detecting you.
3 successes, 5 advantages.
Okay, there you go. So
we fade into invisibility.
You guys slip out. Zag, you take one of the wet tunics or whatever that people are wearing and basically drag it across the floor, which effectively gets rid of the muddy footprints. And skip on some rocks. Skip on some rocks and you're out. Cat. So speaking of folks who have cats.
Which claw is stuck?
Excellent segue.
Yes. Yeah, this is the best I got. Sorry.
Okay, who on this call does not have a cat?
Technically, I don't have a
Bullshit. One, your
don't-
household does. 2, it's very attached to you.
Somewhere there's a cat in that house going.
Right, Cupcake is like,
He's too young. He doesn't understand.
Right in the heart.
they understand more than you give them credit for.
Yeah.
Mine are all sleeping somewhere.
They understand betrayal.
Yes, they certainly do.
That's
let-
every day.
But let's switch back to Lena in her robot carcass. So you are moving in your robot your droid vehicle into the underground, and you reach one of the aforementioned checkpoints toward that leads into Nifton's zone, and you see that there are 4 rough-looking characters of various species hanging out at that entrance. They kind of seem to give you a passing look, but they don't seem to be paying that much attention to you. I will say that you're going to need to, you're going to need to pass by them, so I am going to require some kind of roll to get by them without attracting their attention. I believe that's deception.
Oh, is you want deception and not like? I guess piloting is the only sort of driving skill.
Unless you choose to try to zip on by them and be like, zoom, you cannot stop me. That kind of like is basically like flying your flag. Deception is basically I am a droid.
Okay.
I'm just doing my droid thing.
No, what she wants to go for is like very measured, like as if it was something that didn't even register they were there unless they were physically an obstacle.
Right.
I'm a delivery bot.
Just a delivery bot going through its paces. So here's the deal. It will be deception.
Okay.
It will be 2 purple, but you get 2 blue because you're a droid.
4 successes, 2 threat.
Okay, so 4 successes, 2 threats. Let's see.
I'm a droid, but now I'm a sus droid.
Yes.
DoorDash doesn't deliver out here.
Why
So
are there
weird.
crunching noises coming from that droid?
Why is it dropping wrappers behind it at
Why
regular
does it
intervals?
smell like snacks?
This is what I'm going to
I
say.
won't chuck an empty Slurpee cup at somebody if they try to come in here.
You're kind of moving down the hallway, and you do nail the droid thing. You kind of like start, and then you're like, wait, recalculating route, and then you kind of try to go around them. Like you really do nail acting like a droid. But then that big Trandoshan, who's there with the big blaster as you go by, goes, "Keep it moving, droid," and kicks your vehicle droid shell, and you kind of bonk because you're on a repulsor lift, right? So you're frictionless. So you basically bonk right into the wall, and bonking right into the wall causes
Rude.
a little. What's that?
I said rude.
Yes. So, hopefully you don't say that.
Did that droid just call me rude?
Yes. So what that does is that causes a little bit of system strain. So your vehicle takes 1 system strain. So mark down on the notepad or somewhere that you've taken 1 system strain on your droid vehicle shell.
Okay. Is there a way to add vehicles? There's a vehicles tab.
Well, the good folks at RPG Sessions tell me that they are anxious to add vehicle stats to the game as soon as they can get around to it. But they have not yet done so. I would just keep it in notes for now.
Okay.
And that, by the way, is not in any way a cap on their efforts. They're doing this kind of on Patreon funds in their spare time, so I get it.
Yeah. They do actually have a little template in there. It doesn't.
It just doesn't do it. It doesn't
gives you
do anything.
defaults, but
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really do much yet. So they're getting there. But
do you want me to give it 20 system strain like the default template did there for vehicles?
it absolutely does not have 20 system strain. It has 10 system strain. So
System strain. Okay, thank you.
That cat said no.
Cat said no, did not want.
He was content for being picked up for a few seconds and then he was done.
Yeah.
You literally just said you didn't have a cat, so of course he is. He's like, oh, I'm apparently chopped liver. Excuse me, I'll see myself out.
And he did. He left the room.
Indeed. Okay, so let me see. Back to you guys. So you've actually moved out of that area. So Lena, you are basically past the checkpoint and you are into Kur Nifton's area. Actually, let's just stay with Lena for just 1 second. Is there anything in particular after you're past the checkpoint that you want to do? Are you just going to kind of like just wait for them to contact you so you can rendezvous? How do you want to go about it?
Okay, so the point was to make a distraction. There should be at some point that they give me a high sign that they need the distraction.
Yeah.
So she actually might play up that little snarky bit from the big lizard dude of kicking the droid to like the droid then overcorrects. No, she's gonna do it the best she can to not like actually continue to injure the vehicle, but overcorrects, then comes back and like it's thrown it off of its little pre-programmed route. Now it's going to be a thing, and now he's got to deal with the thing because he's going to kick the thing, and the stupid box is supposed to go to his boss. And
okay, so no, that's good. I like that. I like that playing it up. So basically, so you just do this intentional like wiggle and wobble as you come off the wall.
Yeah.
And one of the other thugs basically says, the human says, "Nice work, Shakta." It's like the boss is gonna love that.
Backhands him.
And the Trandoshan is like, "I hate droids. Droids serve no purpose." What are you talking about? Droids serve all kind of purposes. Do you want to be hauling the boxes around? It's like, droids have no value to the great scorekeeper. Don't want to get in a religious discussion with you, man. Like, forget it. It's just like, but if this thing can't deliver what it's supposed to deliver, we're gonna have problems. It's just, what
So I will
should
take
I
the risk
do?
that this actually might hurt it, but basically the same way that like if you the same thing like stalling a manual transmission. So yeah, you're probably going to do it mostly by accident as you're learning how to drive a manual transmission, but you can't purposefully just be like, oh no, stalled out. So she's going to do that after he's like, they serve no purpose. And like, oh, you want to deliver the box? Like, stalls out.
Okay. Oh, look, now it's stopped. Great. Wonderful.
What do I have at my disposal for like, do they have any sort of automated, like is there a way that the droid generally would communicate what it's delivering and to who? Like, looking for maybe like a button I can push that's like delivery for Kur Nifton.
Yeah, that can be the droid has like a little display unit on the box that basically has just text, so it can and
Mr. Mongo.
Exactly, yes. So you can say that there is a manifest on this is for delivery to Kur Nifton, and specifically you can even add details on like Black Spire Outpost Cantina. Just stuff like that, just like something, because this stuff that you knew, it's reasonable. It's like, well, he has a cantina. The cantina is going to take deliveries, so that would be logical, right? So let's assume that you have like just something on like a little manifest there that you can basically, you don't even have to say anything.
So just like start flashing it as if like the droid has programmed. If it didn't get to its endpoint, it like kind of its way of asking for help is like, hey, I'm supposed to be giving this thing to this person.
Yeah, sign here.
Also, like, kind of trying to goad him, especially as the human is like, great. Now we know it's a box for the boss. Like,
it's like, all right, you got. He's like, the others are like, you got to fix it, and then the Gand is like, and just kind of shaking its big insectile head, and the Trandoshan Shakta says, I don't know how to fix droids. Well, then
we'll see how long you let me get away with this before I have to make a roll. But so now we're gonna do the like turn it back on, jolt a little bit forward, stall again, turn it back. Like now we're migrating with the error. Okay, so yes, migrating with the error. So I would say this is worth another deception, but you've already got them on the hook. So I'd say that I'm gonna give you it's one purple, one blue. 2 successes. We can at least play follow the broken droid down the hallway. All right. You should push it. It's moving again. It doesn't need me to push it. It's like, how do you know it's going to stop moving at the end of the hallway? So basically, the Trandoshan kind of like just gives up to his fate and is kind of, he just starts stalking angrily down the hallway, kind of following you. All right.
Managed to separate them. Excellent.
Yes. I will warn you that you have separated the most intimidating of them into who's the one who's following you, but,
It's fine.
He doesn't appear bright, so that's good. So that's what you're doing. So meanwhile, back with the rest of the group. Let's see here. Okie doke. So the rest of you are moving through what you definitely feel are the kind of the lower level of tunnels Pretty dank down here. It's well lit, but it's pretty dank and muddy. You are again still stealthing. Let's see here. I'm going to need perception checks from everybody.
Everybody. All right. Let's see.
Just a straight roll, or do they have a difficulty?
This has a difficulty. This is a difficulty of. Oh, it's not a bad difficulty because it's not. It's just. I guess it's just one purple. It seems ridiculously easy, but it's nobody's.
Yeah, you say that.
Okay, we'll see.
Bada bing. Oh, right.
No, there's a bunch of advantages.
Yeah. Okay. So there's some successes. Or really, with perception, the important thing is that someone succeeds. The advantages are just gold. What you perceive is that there is somebody somebody patrolling, walking around this patrol complex. You can use the advantages for stealth if you wish. So again, it's a long.
Patrolling, droid patrolling.
Person patrolling. It's a guy. It appears to have a pistol. He's a human. Looks like he might have some kind of ocular implant. But he's coming up, which you can see as he comes up. You can see because it's got a glowing red eye as he comes up through the hall. But he has not noticed you yet. So make a stealth roll. Again, I only need one stealth roll for the group right now.
Bud. You've been rocking it so far.
And
What's the advantages?
I'm going to say you can take one set of those advantages. Bobkin got a ton, so I'm going to say 4 advantages.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the difficulty?
In this case, you will not roll because you're rolling against. It won't do difficulty because you're rolling against this character. So you roll that, and then I will roll his perception. No, take one of those away. There we go. Okie doke. You definitely outdo him, which is not surprising given the number of frickin' blue dice you have, the army of blue dice.
Yep.
Seriously.
So he does not perceive you. He kind of walks about halfway up the tunnel, and he just kind of goes, ugh, and then just turns around and walks back down the tunnel, just goes away. So you successfully evade him. He didn't seem to be super into his patrol route. So
No.
there's another answer to your question of why Kur Nifton might employ sentry drones, because his men are not exactly fully committed to their job. Yeah.
I mean, fair.
If you're a criminal because you don't want to do a day job. You didn't sign up for guard duty because that's boring. So there's no end to complaints when criminals are given guard duty. But you mentioned. Okay, go ahead.
No, I said we didn't have to bash him, so that's good.
Didn't have to bash him. Okie doke. So you continue to make your way. And I'm going to say at this point, let's see here. All right. At this point, you come to the tunnel that Lena just left, and let me see if I can
Remove a lizard.
remove a lizard here.
just pretend he's not there. Picture him really frustrated following a delivery droid,
Yeah.
cursing about soulless monsters.
I cannot, in fact, remove the lizard independently. I must have screwed that up. But we can ignore the lizard, pretend that the lizard isn't there. No Trandoshan. So there are 3 guards now in this hallway. They are kind of standing astride the hallway. So what are you going to do? You have not yet been in contact with Lena, as far as I know, since you've gotten into the tunnels.
Oh, now, yeah.
I think that
Well, you can
Sorbo's
see
the
Lena
one
down
doing
the tunnel, though, right?
Well, she's wandered off.
No, she's gone. She and the Trandoshan are far
Oh,
enough ahead, far enough down that tunnel, you cannot see them anymore.
I think that Sorbo and Lena probably have just a real quick check-in of everything okay,
Yeah.
So there's at least been
Stat.
after our hike, there's been at least one hike happened successfully. We are
Yes. Yes.
And
Okay.
that is in radio silence.
Okay. So that's
She's got her iPhone on. He can find my device.
yeah.
On Lena.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Although I'm going to say that it's actually difficult to locate, to do any kind of location or scanning in these tunnels because they're tunnels.
Fair enough.
So you can probably get signal enough to send messages, but that's about it. So basically, A-OK. That's as much information of you've exchanged. The stealth from last time is good. They don't see you. You're kind of in the darkness around kind of the bend of this tunnel at the other end. But you're gonna have to get past it. What are you gonna do?
At what point do we go loud?
I would still like to avoid it if possible here. I mean, right now it's 3 guys. Do we have any tricks up our sleeves? Any,
Well, we've got blasters. Do they have stun?
They do, actually.
They do have stun. You would need to be basically.
Make noise.
You're gonna need to be basically flawless with it if you do it to take out 3. You do, yeah. I mean, you do have your droid down the hallway somewhere with a
I'm
Trandoshan.
pretty sure I'm the one that's meant to be loud.
Yeah.
We can't sneak by 3 guys in this
Tunnel. You can't. There's the base. It's a broad lit passage. I mean.
Yeah.
Orbo, quick question for you. Do you think you could stun one for sure? Bobkin.
And it's only if his special ability on his gun goes off, I think.
Well, he could switch it to stun. I mean, that's a setting that you should be able to do anyways. But Bobkin.
Yes.
Once I throw another one into another, one of them into the other, would you be willing to?
Bash them?
Yeah.
My concern is that they look like they've been hired for beef, and therefore may not go down with a single volley.
Well, I'm hoping that you pick out whichever one is the weakest out of them. I'm gonna start.
This is a gamble. I'm not saying no.
And you can throw one into another?
I'm gonna try.
Before you go force thinging people, probably a good time to give Lena the high sign that she needs to stop just fucking with the one of them and actually get him to make more chaos.
Actually,
let me try to make chaos
Lena
before you go fighting them.
That's probably good. That's a better idea.
So Lena, how loud of a mechanical failure can you make at this point? Can you bump into something that will eventually explode? Can you I want these guards to hear something from down there and go, what the hell did he do to that droid? And then go
I don't. Yeah, I'll just put in that the droid by itself cannot really make that loud of a noise unless you.
No, I meant
full on.
What can you break? What's near?
Yeah.
I meant break things. I am assuming that boxes on a delivery droid are held on with some sort of clamp that have a release, as opposed to being strapped down.
They're actually in a bin. You have a bin in the back of you, so you have a little mechanical arm that takes the boxes out and puts them down. That's how it works.
We're totally putting boxes down. Yeah, we're gonna completely and then be like, delivery incomplete, unload, and just start placing boxes. And the more haphazard and likely to fall, the better.
Preparing to bash.
Okay.
You're Cask of Amontillado-ing him into the hallway with a bunch of boxes.
And tilted and arm bumping into him. If I can I want him to be God, seriously? Trying to keep things from falling.
Does this include the trapped boxes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
We're going to attract attention here.
Yes, definitely going to attract attention. So you basically just throwing boxes. The box goes against the wall.
System error. Unload.
Drop one on his feet.
Yeah.
So you're basically at the base of this set of stone stairs that kind of leads up, you believe, from what you can hear, toward the cantina. And there's just you start just throwing the boxes out, and they're kind of banging. So, stop! Stupid droid! And it's trying to grab the things. What the hell kind of roll do we want for this?
I need a general fuckery roll.
Yes, this is yeah.
Skullduggery?
I mean, that's kind of where my brain went. I don't know how good Lena is at that, but I kind of went towards skullduggery.
Naturally decent because it's charisma based, I think. So she's got 3 green.
3 green. So I think that it's fair to do a skullduggery roll because you're trying. Skullduggery includes things like legerdemain, so it also should really include things where I want to throw this in a direction that's going to be a pain in the ass for you, and cause something to happen.
Fair enough. Difficulty?
I'm gonna say 2. 2 purple.
Not doing anything but setting boxes around annoying him.
So you're basically setting it, yeah. So 0 successes. So not a failure, but it's basically just like, just annoying droid. So yeah, so he's down there trying to like stack up the boxes again, and like you get them. It's just he's like kind of you can tell he's kind of listening, like see because there's a cantina. He's assuming there's some glass in some of this. Not a unreasonable assumption.
Yeah.
So
now having found, oh damn it, I'm actually can't make the arm do like knocking over shit. She's just gonna back up into the boxes.
Okay. So back up into the boxes. All right. So you back up,
Or sideswipe them or whatever. Like she's just gonna run in.
All right. So you back into the boxes. Do you want? I mean, the Trandoshan. I will tell you this. Here's your read on the situation. The Trandoshan, when you knock down the boxes, the Trandoshan unslings his blaster rifle.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely putting herself in a bad situation potentially. Okay. Like he might just shoot at the droid because he's pissed at the droid at this point.
You already know he doesn't like droids. He definitely seems to be headed in that direction. What do you want to do?
Oh yeah, she is on trajectory chaos.
Okay, trajectory chaos. So you're just bumping stuff around. Okay, so Lena in a box. The time has come to roll initiative with a thug.
It's cool, right? Because
it's cool because you knew it was coming. Yeah.
Because this fuckery is my fault.
Yes.
It occurs to me that if there was a general like fuckwittery skill, I don't think Lena would roll anything else ever. I think that would replace all other skills in the game.
Lena needs 2 skills: ability to find snacks and to cause chaos.
Yes.
And to look cute.
That comes naturally. It's a racial ability. It's passive.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start initiative rolls. So
what do we do?
you don't do anything yet. This is between Lena and this
Right.
dude. So let's see. He's gonna do vigilance, and you're gonna do cool.
Cool.
All right. So you go first. Okie doke. Stopping initiative rolls as of now. He is like dried and basically sights down with the blaster rifle. What are you gonna do?
Grab the rifle.
Oh, with the arm? I don't know if I can manage that.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
For flavor, she's gonna go for any kind of like things that we've decided to program for random messages that happen. So like threat detected.
Okay.
And like,
which by the way comes with a little alarm. Beep 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 beep. Please contact Roomba. Please find Roomba is asking for help. Please consult owner's manual. So yeah, so you gave a little, you really hit the threat detected button, and like a little alarm goes off, and threat detected shows up on the display. So that's an incidental. You can just do that. What are you going to do though?
I am assuming it is piloting or planetary piloting at this point to try to navigate around all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's fine. Are you trying to put the stuff between you and him?
She's still trying to knock this stuff over because at this point she's hoping that the trapped boxes break, and that it will be a saving grace of him actually shooting her in the box.
If you want to guarantee that one of the trap boxes breaks, you need to flip. I'm going to say you should flip a destiny die. If you want to just kind of hope that they do it, then I'm going to say do a piloting planetary roll. With a significant, with like at least 3 difficulty.
My vote is 100% flip a destiny die.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
I was willing to make a. Excuse me. I was willing to make a roll for the first round, and then go with the destiny die if it still doesn't work. But we can just go straight to I'm gonna break a box.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we flip a destiny die.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go. I'll flip it back. No problem. Sorry, we should specify who flips the destiny dice. So anyway, one destiny die is flipped. You basically it can basically, so you automatically just kind of, I'm going to say it just happens. I'm not going to make you make a piloting roll. It's not important.
She remembered the boxes.
I mean, she's like that. Like just one box is in the exact right position. Like, look, all I got to do is tap it, and you basically because
There's
it's like
Cheeto prints on like fingerprints on it. She's like,
That's so fast.
well, it's propped. The destiny die is propped up in such a way that it's like basically just like akimbo on like between the floor and the wall, and you just basically just like back up into it, and it freaking goes off. So I'm going to say that what that means is it just goes off. So the piloting planetary roll. This is kind of weird because it's not usually a weapon skill, but I'm going to say I'm going to use that to determine how successful it is at screwing with this guy. So roll me against 2 dice a piloting planetary roll for 2 purple, yeah, against 2 purple dice.
1 advantage.
Okay, so 1 advantage. So the thing goes off. It doesn't actually hit him, but what it does, because of that 1 advantage, is he trains his gun on that, and he's obviously confused, like what the hell's going on. There's there are springs flying everywhere. There's there's little gyroscopes that go off and like rolling around, bouncing off the walls. It's just with little cables and wires attached to them. It's just an explosion of just like equipment, and it's spare parts, and it's just bizarre because you just don't see something like this.
Why is that the box full of stuff?
Right.
How loud can I make the alarm?
The
Like,
alarm.
can I make it louder?
The alarm. You can't really make it louder because that was something we probably should have specified if you really wanted to have a klaxon.
I didn't think about it.
But it's just a beep beep beep, like a it's a tip. If you've ever seen like a forklift loader or something like that, it's about that loud. So pretty loud. But also there's the sound of this device going off, and then there's the sound, of the Trandoshan opening fire on the box. So he just like and just that everybody hears.
Yeah.
So back in the tunnel, the main tunnel, all of these other 3 kind of you all hidden in your position see them go, turn around down the tunnel, and they all kind of just run down the tunnel. So they are departing your location. You heard a blast. You heard a blaster bolt and some kind of. Actually, I think you could hear the alarm. You heard the whole thing. So you heard, and Sorbo, you recognized it immediately as Lena's alarm. And then you hear kind of a bing sproing, and then pew, pew, just the blaster going off, and somewhere down the hallway.
We can keep this in initiative if we need to, or we can drop it out of. Depending on which, like, the next, like, things that Lena's doing on panels is a text message to Sorbo that says, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. And then the next one would be to switch the, like, system failure message to damaged cargo, like.
Okay.
Because now I want them to be like, dude, you broke the boss's shit. Like, I want this dude to get in trouble. Like, this dude's getting fired.
Okay.
You need to come out with some like insurance claims. It's like
yeah.
Start spitting out legal papers.
And
I have a feeling that the alternate plan may be, well, if the droid no longer exists, I won't get in trouble for it. So you might want to run.
Yeah. So that is the thing. The Trandoshan. Here's a little lore bit for you. Trandoshans are not known for their good temper. So you might want to hightail it the hell out of here instead of giving him a target. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's. I want his buddies to get there because I want them to kind of be the support to him. For like them to be like, you're shooting boxes in a hallway. You broke the box.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Okay. So
So that I've got a
so
way to just basically boot back up and then keep going.
so then I'm going to say then you need so you need at least one round doing kind of establishing that, right? So he is probably going to shoot at you. What do you want to do? You go first.
Lena herself is probably going to get as far down to the ground in the box as she can.
Okie doke. Okie doke.
Right. So
But you're
she
not. But
does
you're
not
not
get
actually.
hit,
You're not
right.
actually trying to evade, right? You're just.
No, she's still one. I don't know how well really she could evade in the ship, or in the droid, but no, she's still committed to the character of like what would an actual delivery droid do if it broke down and had to unload and like
Somebody shot at it.
dude was shooting at it. Yeah.
Is my motivation.
Committed to the bit. Okay, so I'm going to say you roll. You're going to need to roll a deception this round. So it's kind of a weird thing to roll in combat, but roll a deception, and you get you don't roll against a difficulty, but you do get a blue die with that.
2 success, 2 advantage.
2 successes, 2 advantages to whatever he does.
Whatever his counter is.
Right, his counter is. Okie doke, and so he rolls 2 successes, 1 advantage. Okay, so tie goes to you, and you get an extra advantage that you can throw into. Let's see here.
Honestly, I just want the advantage to be that he looks more ridiculous.
Okay, so it's
I
okay.
want the other guards to roll up on just like, dude, you are having a gunfight with a droid.
Yes.
Like this is not a military thing. Like it is a delivery box.
Right. So he is gonna. Yeah. So he's gonna do that. Actually, he's engaged with you, so that's actually gonna be hard.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna give him a black die from your advantage. That's.
Okay.
This is some of Lana's best character work.
It is. It's good. It's good stuff. Okay, so he does not actually. This is okay. So here's the height of embarrassment. He does not manage to hit the droid. So you are backing up. You're down, but you're still like moving the stick around, like backing into the boxes, and he just completely misses. And you get an advantage out of that, which means the blaster bolt ricochets. And so,
at some point, I might have to take a disadvantage because Lena is going to be laughing.
yeah. So the blaster
dude is just falling right into looking crazy.
So the heavy blaster bolt ricochets around the tunnel, and it ricochets just as his other. It doesn't hit them, but it ricochets just as his other 3 comrades are coming up. They're like, "Whoa, whoa!"
He's making friends.
At that point,
Damaged cargo.
At
Damaged cargo.
At that point, he's just like, it's just like he's not even speaking standard. Like there's like, what is going on? And at that point, we're out of combat rounds. At that point.
At that point, like they've all rushed down. There's nothing but screaming and blaster fire.
Yes.
And Sorbo's like, "This is where we go." Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is where we go.
This is absolutely where you go. Yes.
Yeah, we have to go.
Okay, so you go. So you head down, following the map, stealthing all the while. There's so much noise coming from down there and shouting. You don't even have to make stealth rolls.
We're not. Are we going that way, or are we going elsewhere?
There is basically an intersection that you can go. You can go down. You're not going
So
where
we
they're
don't
going.
have to go that way. Okay.
You don't have to go past them at this point.
our whole
Yeah,
goal
if
was
you
to
have to
get them
walk
away
through
from
this
the
chaos, we've done something wrong.
That's what I was afraid of. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you reach an intersection where you can hear the chaos coming from one tunnel, and you go down this other tunnel,
Jeez.
which is where you intended to head. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Points to Lena. Jesus.
He hasn't survived yet.
Yes. Give me a perception roll, everybody.
Okay. Just exited that.
Is the perception roll to see the giant surveillance droids?
Yeah, which unfortunately popped up before, but I've whatever.
All right. So.
Do you see the thing that you see?
Do I have to? Difficulty is just perception.
Difficulty is 2 purple.
2 purple. Boom, boom.
Okay.
Advantages. Okay.
Okey-doke.
Oh, I got a triumphant advantage.
Okay, a triumphant advantage. So let's see. let's see. These are some interesting roles here. Sorbo, you see and hear the 2 surveillance droids. So that's good. You also get 2 threats.
I think the threat is that although he's got his head on a swivel, he is also paying attention to the firefight in the distance because that's Lena. And he's a little distracted. Like, he notices things and he points it out to everyone else, but he's not on his game right now. He's busy monitoring, looking at messages to see if she's like, I need to get pulled out of here or whatever.
Right.
Okay. So
I don't know if that's strain or something else. Or
I'm gonna say that that's, we're gonna call that strain. So we're just gonna give you a system strain, a person strain, a biological strain. And Sorbo is actually a robot.
Yep.
Do a lot of people not know they're robots? But so take a strain from that. So that makes sense.
Okay. Where in the heck is? Oh, there it is.
And we're gonna go to the other order. So Bobkin, you do not see them, but Sorbo's like drones. And while he's like Lena, drones, and he's like looking the other direction, drones that way. So you don't see them yourself, but he lets you know. However, you do get 3 advantages, which means that I'm going to say that the 3 advantages you get that are as you guys are heading toward that chamber, you see a control panel on the right next to you. That basically, when he's pointing at drones, you're like that way, and you see like down next to you, there's a lit door control panel that actually can close the door if you need to, even though it's open right now. And then Zag, I'm going to say no successes, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. Let's see. Triumph's got to be bigger. I'm going to say Zag, you on the opposite one, you see, you notice Sorbo point out. You also see a control panel, but it's a control panel with a screen, and it's a droid. It's a control panel for security. So that's your triumph.
Off button.
Off button. So that's all well and good if you all make a stealth roll. So again, like if they see you,
What's my difficulty?
the difficulty is against the droid's perception. So I'm gonna add those guys to the mix.
So I'm thinking,
Would anybody object if I used another light side for an upgrade?
I would like to. Well, I have a plan, but oh wait, no. That I forgot that slicing is a thing in this game. It is not actually a mechanical thing to play with droids.
Yeah.
So never mind. I rescind my protest.
It's actually Bobkin that would need to do the thing.
Nicer.
yeah.
Because I have an idea of something we can do with the security system that's better than turning it off.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, and I already love where that's going.
is stealth first, or
Stealth is first, but I was asking if I could use a light side point.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
totally cool with
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just for your purposes, I have put up the droid's perception first.
I saw,
Okay.
but
All right, Zag.
Cool. Take
We'll
your
never be seen
2
again.
successes,
Yeah.
5 advantages, and 1 triumph.
to be fair,
Zag
I
now owns
asked.
that
I
security
asked-
system.
Okay, 2 things. One, I asked before he rolled, and I was
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to stick with my
you're-
answer or
Yeah.
whatever was happening. And 2, they're 2 yellows. I figured there were sentry drones. They were going to have like 4 dice, is what I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do I need to roll stealth? What do I need to do?
Now
No,
you
you don't need to roll
Now you don't need to roll stealth because he's
No
got.
one will ever perceive of you again.
Yes. You're actually permanently invisible.
Erase your existence momentarily.
Exactly. So the droids absolutely do not see you. You got another triumph, which is just like. Oh, here's the triumph. I'm gonna say that. This control panel, when you look at the control panel, you see that it not only includes controls for this, which appears to be the armory, but the vault, which is beyond the armory. So this one control panel is security from here to the vault.
Who's good with computers?
Bobkin.
Bobkin. Bobkin is
Bob
good
can-
with computers.
All right, so
I just love the idea of Zag at one point in time having to stand underneath one of the drones and then, anyways.
Yeah.
continue.
So you guys are completely stealth. The easy thing, I mean, you can hack the terminal and shut down the drones, unless Sorbo, you had something else you wanted to do.
Well, my thought was that there's a firefight going on down the hall, and the drones have not gone to start shooting things, which means there's probably something in them that tells them who the guards are.
So IFF, yeah.
Yeah.
should
Can
change
we
who the guards
remove
are.
the guards from that list? So that now there's just an active firefight down the hall that the drones should go and start joining in and shooting at?
Is there
Is that a
also
thing?
a way we can, like,
That's harder, but it's possible.
I didn't know how hard it was to just remove their, these guards have been fired. Okay, they're no longer on the list of friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, in his defense, it's probably going to be their reality shortly anyway. So.
Yes.
just delete the guard list from all security in both sectors.
We'll still get shot at, but so will everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's an important point. If you're just going to do that, if you're just like, I don't care whether I get shot at as long as everybody gets shot at.
No, we were already intending to have to fight some droids.
Well, I mean, can we shut off our signatures?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That would be
That's
saving
the tough
adding
thing.
us to the list
Yeah.
is difficult.
yeah, adding us to the security.
Then no,
list.
yeah.
Don't get
Just
shot at.
just delete the guard list.
Yeah.
That's not that hard.
Yeah.
That's not that hard. Okay.
It's not that hard. I'm going to say 2 purple.
So what am I doing?
Computers, 2 purple difficulty.
Ooh, ooh.
Do we want to use our last light side plan?
Well, then you give me a lot of dark side to play with.
You already have 4.
I already have a lot. Hey, what's one more? Whatever.
We're going
What could
computers.
possibly go wrong?
Computers. Yes, computers.
What is his
Hold on,
computer
hold on.
skill before?
Yeah,
Let me-
before we roll this, what's your
Yeah.
skill?
I'm looking.
That's all right, man.
I was
Don't worry.
ready to roll stealth.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to clear out your stealth dice.
Yeah, how do I,
He's yellow and 2 greens.
Whenever,
Okay.
if you click
how
on
do
the
I clear
dice,
that?
if you just click on the dice that are in the green box, they will disappear.
Oh, they will. And now, okay. So
And
computers.
now you select computers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're yellow and 2 green?
Yeah. Is
That's I mean that's decent. That's decent.
It is.
that? What do I? Difficulty. What do I do?
Difficulty is 2 purple.
2 purple. Are we throwing?
Don't you have your? Let me just look at your. Let's look at your equipment real quick.
Oh yeah, you're getting bonuses from characteristics or equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have a. I think you have a blue from your equipment. So you have a blue from your equipment.
Add a blue. Okay.
Yep.
I don't think we need to use the light soda for this one, but you
Yeah.
can if you want to.
No, if we've got blue dye on there as well, we should be fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
I think you're good.
All right. Roll dice.
Roll dice. 3 successes, 2 threats. Well, the threats kind of tell themselves.
You're getting shot at.
Yes.
Not by these droids. We're hidden from these droids, but the ones in the vault are going to. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way it works is, you guys don't shut the door and you remain hidden. We already stealthed you, so you're stealth. These 2 just kind of they vanish down the hallway. So
Your blaster fire. Blaster fire.
and well, the more importantly, the threat is that somewhere down beyond this chamber, toward the vault, you hear some kind of door open and something automated kind of twitch to life.
Oh, good. Everything's been turned on. Okay, fair.
But the 2 sentry drones zip on down the hallway, following the sound of the blaster fire, and soon after, you will hear the sound of fighting, of blaster
Intense
bolts
close
going.
quarters combat.
Intense close quarters combat. I think it is appropriate at this point to briefly go back to Lena.
I'd like to point out she's still a bot. She's not.
Oh, yeah,
on the
yeah.
list.
So they're like,
Me.
so getting back to this situation, they're talking to the Trandoshan. They're like, "What are you doing? It's malfunctioning. It's malfunctioning." And it's like, "Oh, come on, you kicked it." And then the 2 drones come down and start opening fire. I'm not going to map out the combat between NPCs. But basically,
You to leave.
now keep in mind, one of these people is an emancipated droid. The human looks around, the Trandoshan says, "All the droids have gone berserk!" and opens fire on the emancipated droid, who then shoots back. The sentry drones are firing. They have totally forgotten about you, Lena. They've totally forgotten about you, but they are basically opening fire on each other. I'm going to flip one dark side back to light because I'm saying that as this is going on, down the hallway, you hear a very deep voice from somewhere above say, "What the hell is going on down there?"
Somebody's definitely fired.
Your work here is done.
Yeah.
And you see Zark and a number of others coming down from the stairs above that led to the. Now they're not paying any attention to you, but they are coming down here and jumping into the middle of this firefight. What do you want to do, Lena?
UGFO.
She'll leave her little like alert on and like whatever kind of like droid damage, return to depot, and like try to just like, I'm a broken droid that's now in the middle of whatever this is, and
You're a
I'm
broken
trying to
droid
leave.
that has miraculously fixed all steering and gas pedal problems.
Yes.
They're not going to pay attention to that at this point.
They don't know. Like most of the people left here don't have context. So you've got to give me a deception. It's 2 purple, but I'm going to say you're going to have 2 blue. In fact, probably 3. Yeah, that's fine.
I hit the button already.
Hit the button already. It's fine. It works. I was going to reverse myself anyway. So 3 successes, 2 advantages. You are golden. You are absolutely golden.
You can take away the blue that I rolled a blank on anyway. So,
Yeah. So I think that's you're golden. You are number one. You are the least of their threats right now because there are droids that actually shoot at people that are shooting at them, and one of their actual gang members is now shooting at one of their other actual gang members. So there's chaos in the tunnels. There's absolute chaos in the tunnels. You know that it's people who don't game that just like it's like, well, how does it work? It's like, well, you basically put together a group of people with skills, and then you go out and you meet the enemy, and then you cause as much chaos as possible, and then you win.
Yeah. Who caused more chaos?
Exactly. Pardon me, they're back on there. There we go. Get rid of them. All right, so you guys are in the armory now. Now I know when we started this deal, you said that you wanted to knock over the armory and the vault. Obviously, you're not completely in the clear here because there's chaos going on down there, but that you have limited time to operate in.
Yes.
Do you want to go through the armory right now, or do you want to continue on to the vault?
Oh, no, I'm grabbing some stuff. I need a couple more guns, and I'm sure if they have grenades, that could be useful.
Zag's just stuffing his invisible pockets.
Okay. Most of the stuff is locked up, so I'm going to, and this is physical lock, so I'm going to need a skullduggery from Bobkin, I believe, against 2 purple dice.
Zag just makes puppy dog face at the gun.
Yep. Oh, and pardon me, and you get a blue because of your kit.
Yeah. There's all these display cases, and you just pan over to Zag just pawing at one.
Yeah, just like this one.
So you said I got a blue, and how many purple?
It's against 2 purple.
2. No good numbers. What the hell I'm doing?
I know, dude.
I do not recall if we needed me to. I was just supposed to make chaos and leave, right? I'm not supposed to try and come get to you guys to loot the place.
I think we got it, unless you want to try and use
Well,
the loader.
that's the only thing that you have less stuff because of the loader. Because you don't have the loader, you can carry less stuff out of here.
Additionally, there's something to be said for the plausible deniability of a loader carrying boxes around. If we carry a bunch of stuff out and it's just like people carrying guns out of the armory, that's a little suspicious.
Do we know those guys?
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you what, you could use those 2 advantages to say that your direction as you kind of error is you manage to put yourself beyond the sentry drones, because you can say they're not after you.
Back up out of it.
Yeah, they're not after you. You sail right under them, and just like you can just like it puts the sentry drones between you and the gangsters, and basically puts you on the route heading toward where they're heading.
Okay.
Like, you are so low on their list of priorities right now.
Dude, that dude's so totally fired.
All right, so we can say that Lena Bot is heading in your general direction. Okay, so meanwhile, you rolled skullduggery, and that is one success, which is all you need to open up the cases. So what have we got in here?
That's a good question.
You got a lot. Like, number one, there's like a bunch of Clone Wars era surplus blaster rifles. There is indeed a couple of cases that are labeled explosives, obviously hand labels. It wasn't their original packaging. But there are 5 fragmentation grenades, 3 stun grenades, 8 seismic survey charges with a remote detonator. They're a little bulkier to hold on to, but, you know, whatever. There's, of particular notice, there is a Merson missile tube with 3 rockets. I don't know what, probably not something you want to use in a tunnel. But
Unless
yeah,
you don't want it to be a tunnel anymore.
unless you don't want to be a tunnel there. But anyway, there's a missile launcher. There's a rocket launcher. There's a long-range sniper rifle in here, a pulse rifle, blaster
Are there
pistols.
any disruptor rifles?
There are no disruptors that you can see. Disruptors are enough of a premium item that usually they do not end up in an armory. If someone can afford to get their hands on them, they're keeping that stuff.
That's fair.
They do not put it in a box.
Any ionization blasters?
Not really any ionization weaponry that you can see.
That's okay. Yeah. Just things I was hoping for.
Yeah. So who wants to take what? Flag it for me.
I am going to grab the 3 stun grenades.
Okay. Fair enough. Is anybody grabbing anything else?
Rocket launcher.
Okay.
Did you really think he was going to resist that?
I really didn't. Okay.
Might as well take one. You said there were some.
Yeah, there's
big ass-
there's Clone Wars era rifles, like clone rifles, DC-15s.
Yeah.
So you can take one of those. Yeah. So you take a rifle.
Yeah.
Pistols?
There are some automatic blaster pistols. Yeah. So basically, like the equivalent of submachine guns, essentially.
The blaster. Okay.
Okay.
I'm grabbing a blaster pistol.
Okay.
Whatever is better than that, if possible.
It's better than what you've currently got.
Oh, well, if it's better than what we've currently got, then yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's better than what you've currently got. It's better than what he has currently got in terms of it's not as he has the thing the hideable one like the holdout
I
one.
had that a while ago. No, I had a light blaster. Now I'm just taking a regular.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Meanwhile, I'm not cheating on my rifle by taking another gun. But the
Yes.
rocket launcher is a utility tool.
that's an excellent tool.
Are you grabbing any of the frag grenades?
No, only because, like, frag grenades are they? How does that work? Is that ranged light?
It's
Or
ranged.
is
It's
that-
ranged light. Yeah. To throw anything you throw is ranged light.
No, I'll leave that to someone else.
Okay.
Bobkin, did you want the grenades?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You
Okay.
don't need grades, but yeah, you can always
Yeah.
toss them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you weren't picking them up, I was going to. That's why I asked.
Okay. Okay. There's various
So-
other stuff. There's like fiber knives and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you want any of that stuff.
I'll grab a knife
Okay.
just to have it, but
Okay.
I don't plan on using it, so.
Okay.
So our goal here is to rob the place and get that stupid paddle for the.
Right, which you still do not have. So.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you all grab a bunch of assortment of stuff. There's a montage. You know, people suiting up. It's 80s music plays. It's very
Hair metal.
yeah. So it's very dramatic. In any case, you've got that gear. In the time it takes you to grab that stuff, I'm going to say that the battle is probably over with. And
Oh, is there a bowcaster?
there's no bowcaster.
Okay.
So
I'm
it's
done.
just-
I'm done officially.
Just shopping.
You gotta be careful with bowcasters too, because usually if you find a bowcaster, sooner or later you're gonna run into a Wookiee, and that Wookiee's gonna say, "Why do you have that?"
I was giving it to you.
In Wookiee. In Wookiee. Because usually the only way you get that is by killing a Wookiee, which is not a thing you want to be seen to be doing. I mean, get your points with Imperials, but anyway. So you have that. I'm going to say that at this point, Lena, you are out of the zone, so you do not really have a visibility over what's going on. However, Sorbo, you do see Lena approaching from down the way. Do you want Lena and the rest of the group? Do you want the Lena bot to go just follow you into the vault? Or do you want it to kind of stay where it is, or what do you want to do?
Might be a good idea for Lena bot to go to the vault first.
I'm not necessarily willing to risk my partner in a vault that we know is full of active security presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything should be going haywire right now in there.
Yeah, it just means it's going to shoot at everything.
Well, they're not detecting the bot.
Yet.
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
We have options that are not.
Well, I also would have to get to you guys first, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Like, that's what I'm saying. Basically, imagine you have a Y intersection ahead of you. The one intersection goes back the way you came down that main tunnel, which takes you basically out of the zone of where everything's happening.
Gotcha.
The other fork takes you eventually towards them in the armory. So you all are in comms now. You can hear that the firefight has died down.
Just to check one thing that is a larger scale thing. The deed that we're picking up is to the building above us, is it not?
It's to the as far as you know, it's to the building above us and the immediate land underneath, which actually includes some of this.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking is just we are currently in the place that she wants to take ownership of, or at least we're beneath the place. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just trying to calculate like what use of explosives beneath the building is acceptable or not acceptable.
Right.
It would probably be good if we didn't hand her back the deed to a smoking crater.
Yes, probably a good idea. That would not be helpful.
We don't
Just
know where
setting the
that.
expectations.
We don't know where that deed is.
It's in the vault.
You think it's in the vault? It's the next place you're going.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have some. I'm gonna try like what's the security presence like down that vault? Like can we peek in without being shot?
You can.
Excellent.
Okay. So not only can you peek in, but you can read on the security that's kind of what's coming.
Right. We have Buck in here, like looking at down the manifest.
So there is an automated heavy blaster turret built into the ceiling, and it is active. And it's going to shoot at anything that comes down there. There's also, Bobkin saw in his just looking at the screen. There is some kind. It's undisclosed exactly what kind, but there's some kind of trap in the sort of floor slats that are underneath. They're on the ground. They just look like wooden floor slats, but there's something underneath there. That is also active. And the door itself appears to have some kind of electronic lock and a biometric readout. Can be bypassed, but it's active. And no, you cannot. I mean, you cannot bypass the lock from here.
No.
Turret is on the other side of the door.
The
We
what?
have to get through the lock before the turret can see us, right?
No. This is an open hallway, so you have to get past the turret to get to the door. So that door you see is the door to the vault. It looks like somebody
I
took
thought
a.
the turret was inside the vault. Sorry.
Oh no! The turret. No, it's outside guarding the one passage that leads to the vault.
Cool.
And so the computer panel. I
Yeah.
can't use skullduggery to turn that cannon off.
You might be able to use computers to turn that cannon off. It would. I'm going to say that if you try that, it's likely to turn off the sentry droids that are now, sort of fighting the guards. But again, you don't know how many sentry droids there are. You don't know what disposition they're in. It sounds like that battle is. There's a lot of shouting, but no more shooting.
There's still going to be problems as they go through and have to figure out what happened and how to deal with that. So like,
Yeah.
I'd rather leave them on now if we can.
So how do we get past that cannon?
Let me take a look. I'm going to just kind of stick my head just enough around that I can see that. And, I mean, this is a fairly old, like, the area, the caves themselves are really old. And these things have all been, like, retrofit into that.
Yeah. Basically just they drill some bolts into the rock.
Yeah, it's a pity. All the bolts around the mounts for that cannon,
Yeah.
the rock looks really rotten. I think it's going to fall out of the ceiling. So I'm going to take a bad motivator action.
Okay.
Once a session, I make a hard mechanics check.
Yeah.
And if it succeeds, one device spontaneously fails.
Okay, yeah.
My field of vision.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? It's why you have a mechanic. You have to check that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
It hasn't
exactly.
been maintained in forever. So, is anyone upset about me spending a white die on this?
No,
And it,
All
by
right.
all means.
So, this is, so to read the text of this, once per game session, I take an action to make a hard mechanics check. If successful, one
three
device,
people?
subject to GM's approval, spontaneously fails, either due to my involvement or because it was about to fail anyway and I noticed it.
Yeah.
So you okay with this?
I'm okay with it. I'm going to say you look up there, you're like, this cave is really like it's wet limestone.
Yeah, it's rotten rock. Yeah.
It's rotten rock. It already kind of jiggles a little bit when it goes, and basically you're like, huh. And all you really need to do is you basically pick up a rock, toss it down, and it kind of, or actually not even a rock. It's just like something that kind of bounces around a little bit. And it just bounces around, and the turret goes, and
Trying
then
to track it.
yeah, and then kind of just begins to hang.
Let's see if I make the roll.
Okay.
How do
So
I
yeah,
use-
sorry. We'll see if it comes.
how do I use a white
Pete's
side
already
die?
there. He's
I'm
like,
already
"Hey,
there. I'm already there.
they
Maybe.
mess up the gun. It's great.
So how do I use a light side point on a rolling? Like, what does it do to the die?
Oh, it
Uh,
increases one of the greens to a yellow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, I mean, mechanically in RPG sessions, if I click on the point, does
Oh.
it modify the dice already?
No.
No.
does not.
It
Not
all it does is flip it. So you have to modify the die yourself.
Okay, so then I will remove a green and put in a yellow, and so my mechanics check is that. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
And a hard check is 3. Yeah.
Our check is 3. Yes. So that
Jesus.
works. So there you
There
go.
you go.
So 3 successes, 2 advantages.
Whoa!
Yeah, Pete
And-
already knew. He was telling you.
Yeah. I knew it was going to succeed. So it does exactly what I said.
I'm gonna add one thing to the narrative just because I have to,
Hmm.
which is that he says, "Let me take a look." Pokes his head around the corner, and then fully walks out into view and throws the thing. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
You know,
And it just kind of spins around, falls off, and just kind of falls down and just malfunctions. So it's
turrets
done.
down.
Turrets down.
Does it trigger the trap underneath?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, because that's a lot of weight that just fell onto it.
I don't know if the trap is weight based or whatever. I wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
trap's a separate issue.
I just wanted to find out. It was something to bring up.
It is reasonably heavy. It is reasonably heavy. So I'm going to say that yes, it does. It does set off the booby trap underneath the slats, and basically electrical crackling comes up from between the slats. The slats of wood are smoking. As clearly a stun effect, and the booby trap is now burned out. Okay, so there is that. But because
Casual stroll towards door.
yes, but because there must be a karmic balance.
Yes.
Flipping a die back, and I'm going to say, roll me perception, everybody.
Does that include me? I'm with them now.
That
right?
includes you, yes.
Difficulty?
And here come the guards.
Difficulty of 2. It's okay. There we go.
Perception, boom.
Yeah, I got 2 successes overall.
I'm stunned that I've managed to succeed at this, considering
I
how
got 2 advantages.
All right. So,
2 successes.
yes. So Sorbo, so you get a threat. Everyone else is pretty much advantages and successes. I am going to say, so what happens is, as I flip that destiny die back, is that you hear, "Get to the goddamn security terminal and find out what happened." They're coming this way. I mean, they're dumb, but they're dumb, but they're not that dumb. They're basically like the security terminal controls the robots. The robots went, hey, all right, go to the security terminal.
Yeah, even if they don't suspect anything, that's still where you go to fix the problem.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where we were.
That's where you were. So that means that basically they are out there, you are in here, they're between you and escape. Also, it means that they're going to go to that terminal, and whether or not they can figure out that somebody hacked the terminal or reset it is a question to be determined, but it is likely.
All right. Well, then I think a couple of us need to go shoot those guys, and others need to go and.
We just
I have an idea first. Hang
We
on.
don't need to shoot
right
them
ahead.
yet.
I am assuming that this will probably be a piloting check to see if I can get there fast enough. But what I'd like to try and do is back up down the hallway to like before it gets to the basically at the fork,
Yeah.
and then get the droid stuck. If you remember the ridiculous scene in Austin Powers when he like bazillion point turns the cart sideways and then it's just like and can't get out of it, that's what I would like to do with the droid.
And you saw the novelization of that, didn't you?
What I'm picturing in my head is droid is stuck, and then the nice man who you made an enemy of comes around the corner, and there's just this moment where his eyes narrow, and it cuts in on his face real close, and then it cuts to the droid, and the droid has no expression, and it's the good, the bad, and the ugly last scene of just the two of you down the hallway, eyes meet. Droid stuck sideways.
Yeah.
All right, if that's what you want to do, this is again full disclosure. This is a risky move, but you go for it. Okay, go do it. Give me a piloting roll.
Piloting? All right. Difficulty.
I would say that it's 2 purple, but I'm going to flip a die and upgrade it to 1 red and 1 purple.
Ooh. Couldn't throw a black in there. I never get to use my minus black.
Apparently, Ben, in the novelization of that scene in Austin Powers, it says, "Yeah, baby," said nobody because that was not cool.
Question for the group. I issue with me flipping 1 back and upgrading a die.
Do
Please
it.
don't die.
Yeah, please don't die. And get that droid stuck.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not
Okie
good.
doke. So, you do not manage to get the droid into position. The place where you are when you see them turning the corner, it's just not wide enough to really block. Or is it not narrow enough to really block? The droid just isn't big enough to block the tunnel.
I'm like, crap, I can actually just move back and forth.
You do get one advantage. I would say the one advantage is that,
Like you said, that one guy sees her again.
yeah, the one guy,
This fucking... Oh,
This
he just starts to throw a bigger fit.
the one advantage you get is that you see that the Trandoshan is walking beside Zark, and with gun drawn, and the Trandoshan like picks up his blaster, and Zark just hauls off and just smashes the guy in the face, and just knocks him against the, which not a lot of people can do to a Trandoshan, but Zark can, and just smashes the guy against the wall. It's like, idiot! And so that gives a little bit more of a delay because they're having a discussion where the Trandoshan is just like, he's thinking about it, but you don't want to fight Zark. So that takes some time. So they get into a shouting, hissing match. And
2 cats in a sack.
yes. One cat, one giant, I don't know what Zark is. It's just a large lump of flesh. So anyway, so that's them. So that's going to create a little bit of a delay. So let's go back to you all. So you have 2 chambers here. You have the armory, and then a short hallway, and then the vault. Short passageway. And as I said, there's a door between the armory and the rest of the tunnels. So there's a couple things you can do. You could close the door, but that would you would lock yourselves in. Technically, it would not lock you off that would not prevent them from getting the security terminal because that's on the other side of that door. So that's one thing. You can take on the guys that are coming down the tunnel and just say, hey, it's time to light it up. You can try to stealth it and hope that they don't figure out that someone's screwing with stuff. You know, how likely is that? That's up to you.
I think we should light them up at this point, and we should probably open the vault door and then set up an ambush.
Yeah, well, our goal is to get the stuff in the vault and get out of here. Now, if we get into the vault, is there another way out?
No, this is a dead end.
So
That's what I'm saying.
So we're going to have to light them up at some point.
The goal is to get in and get out.
Right.
And I don't like us being in the vault with no way out as an ambush, because if things go wrong, we don't have a second chance.
We still have Lana outside.
We do. What I'd really like to do is get the door open and then just grab and running gun battle out.
Right. Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
the faster we can get into the vault,
Yeah.
the better. And then wherever they end up, we will react to them as it happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Get in the vault. Get the objective. Hopefully it's not Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid on the way out. But,
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I agree.
So the good part is, that Lena is outside and is once again being ignored. So you are.
I'd like to try and change that if I can.
Okay.
This is the point that I want to turn on the message that is like the automated, and I'll just put it on like loop until someone notices. Like, brother, sent shipment to test loyalty of guards. If if boxes were not or if boxes were delivered to you, do not open. Like, if boxes were opened,
message, yeah.
fire.
Bullshit message.
Yeah.
Right. Which we established. So that's back there. So this is one time you're going to turn on the message. Let's see. So this is what I have to do is I have to roll against there. We had that. I just want to go back and look at what your roll was.
Yeah.
Oh, did I make the deception roll then?
Yeah, you did.
I think I did.
And I said I was going to make a note of
I
it.
think it went pretty well, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
It did go pretty
All
well.
of my rolls have gone quite well into that. Until those epic failures.
Fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
they
have to
weren't
go.
that bad.
So we have to go way
You're not
back.
dead, you're fine.
I rolled 3 failures on the 2 difficulty dice. Like, I rolled pretty poorly.
Okay. You actually only rolled 1 success on that, so it ain't that
Yeah,
great.
that
But
one was just like, I think I just got a generic audio clip.
right. So I'm gonna add. Let me just add Zark here because he's the one that matters. Okay, so there's Zark. So Zark's in. We're gonna roll versus your 1 success against Zark's. Let me see here. Okay. And I'm going to say this isn't really discipline. This is basically his deception.
Would that be as cool?
Or is it? No, because it isn't him keeping his cool. It's him. Does this sound?
It's noticing, like, wait a second.
Yeah. Does this make sense? So he's going to do that. Okay, you managed to get 0 successes on his.
Zark ain't too bright.
Madam, I salute you.
You just threw something together like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, this sounds
That
exact. I just got
does
off the phone with
sound
my
like
brother, and he didn't
something.
mention anything about this. It checks out that it's a surprise.
So he hears the message. He's like basically got the Trandoshan up against the wall. Hears the message and says, "Some of you are in big trouble." Let's see. The 2 advantages I'm just going to hold on to for a little bit. You got to say that's something for his social interaction. So that's Zark. So it worked. You got back to you all. So you all are trying to get into the vault. So right. So we need
Computers.
we need that computers roll from from Bobkin. So Bobkin, you're going to computer roll. This is 3 purple.
Yes,
You
Bodkin,
you get 1 blue because of your kit.
I also recommend flipping one of the force dice and upgrading a green to a yellow.
Yes.
How do I do that?
Well, here's
That's
what you do. First thing you do,
Yeah.
select your computers.
I got computers.
Okay, so you got that in there.
Yep.
Take one of the green dice and click on it to get rid of it.
Oh, really?
And then,
Yeah,
but then,
you're upgrading it to a yellow one.
right, and then, yeah, you're replacing it with a yellow one. So now click a yellow die.
Oh, so yellow, yellow, green, blue, and then 3 purples.
Right.
Alrighty.
Did somebody flip? I'll flip it. There we go.
There we go. Cool.
We good?
Yeah, roll it.
Yeah, we're good.
Roll.
All right.
Hey.
Nice.
You get 2 successes. You open up you open and you hack the lock, slice the lock. It opens up. The one advantage.
Can we argue that it can't be accessed for a certain amount of time?
Can we argue that the thing that we want was being prepped for transport, and it's in like a nice little package with a handle?
I'm gonna argue not being prepped for
Labeled.
not being prepped for transport, but I'm gonna argue that it's patently obvious sitting on a little. It looks like it was originally like a sword holder, a sword stand, and it's just sitting on like a sword stand. It's just a big long.
Door opens, reach in, gotta go.
Well, is there anything else in there?
Oh, a ton of stuff. Yes.
Yeah. I
Do
know.
not get greedy.
No, Zag's already greedy.
There's a handful of there's shelves. There's a handful of strong boxes. There's some canisters of spice. There's various plates and some gilded mirrors and some small statuettes that look like they're made of gold, possibly, or platinum.
Zag is going to pocket a couple containers of spice, grab whatever container he can grab with one hand, and then he will also leave. And like a container, I mean like a lockbox, something that, a surprise inside for later.
How about do a whole force sense and see if there's anything cool in there?
I don't do that, dude.
But he does. But he does.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Roll yourself a white die to activate your force sense.
Alrighty. A white die.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh.
Seems appropriate.
What is in here?
Yeah. Yeah, what is in here?
Do you wish to force or use the sense?
What is in here?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Do you want to push it and use the dark side to use the force sense or not? I think you said you weren't going to do that stuff. You were going to try not to.
I'm trying not to, right? But
Yeah.
but I rolled that. So what does that roll mean?
Oh. Short version is you can't use your power unless you tap into the dark side.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something like you can tell if you start touching out to these things like they're not good things. Mm-hmm. There's
By all
nothing
means.
good in this vault.
Tell me which one.
Oh, Pete, you're tempting me, man.
That's one of your vices, isn't it? Or whatever they're called.
Oh,
is morality. Technically, it's Zag's.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's what I mean. It's
Zag's probably, but that probably means Zag's probably egging him on. He's like, "Geez, use the force. Find out if there's anything in here. Come on."
Is there anything in here? Come on, man. This is the time to check it.
Is there anything in there?
Okay.
Yeah. We've only got a second. You gotta get
mark some conflict. Is there anything in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything in here? And it's anything in here. He emphasizes.
There is something
I
which
forget about people's obligations. I forgot Zag is a criminal who gets obsessed with things.
Yes, he
Well, it's
does.
going to be even worse, especially since it's dark.
There is something in here. There is a stone dagger. Pardon me, an obsidian dagger in here that looks very old. And it's got some dirt on it. It looks like it was actually not taken from someone. It looks like it was actually something that came out of the ground around here. And it has the dark side about it.
Screw it. Grab it.
Okay, you grab it. So you have an obsidian dagger with the aspect of the dark side around it, and you will take conflict for doing that.
If you don't want to grab the dagger, Zag will.
Guess what, Zag? You're taking conflict too because you were egging him on. You're in on it.
Yeah.
So this is collective. Collective conflict right here. So you guys grab that. Zag, you said you were going to try to grab a strong box. The strong box is. Do you remember A New Hope when Han is like loading his credits onto a little cart, similar to what Lena is? They're heavy. Like you got to pick them up. They're like this. They're like the size of an ammo box, and they're heavy.
Okay.
So do you want to pick one up?
Is there one that I can like hold under my arm? That's what I'm aiming for.
Not with your brawn.
Okay, is there anything that
Ice
looks
cold.
particularly... No,
Sorry.
It's true, though. No, is there anything that looks exceptionally expensive, then, that I can pocket?
Light and expensive. Honestly, the thing that is the most valuable per weight is the spice, which you already took a canister of.
I'll grab one more in my hand.
Okay, so two canisters of spice.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're stealing stuff, we're dealing drugs, we're doing all kinds of stuff in this session. Drug runners. So there you go, you've got it. So that is that. Sorbo, is there anything you want to try to pick up in here?
I am carrying the paddle.
You're carrying the paddle. Okay, so you got the paddle. You can put the paddle on the back of your harness.
It's tucked into the back. I
Okay.
And
Sorbo
I'm
owns
just
a
like
canteen.
watching the clock. Like I'm sitting there just like checking my timepiece. Like
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Time to go.
Okay, I am definitely going to say that they are. Yeah, they have finished their argument and they're looking at the. Someone is looking at the.
Security.
At the security cams or the security terminal. So I'm going to roll that. It's not Zark who's doing it. So I'm just going to say, doot.
Because Zark's got the lizard dude up against the wall,
Yeah.
regretting his life choices.
And I'm going to flip a die because I actually think that that's probably going to be bad for you. Okay.
That seems fair.
yeah,
So you hear one of them say,
this seems like when our luck should run out.
yeah. You hear one of them say, we've been hacked. And they shut down the...
All eyes turn to the droid.
Probably not to the droid, because what the next thing the guy says is, and the security of the vault's down. All eyes turn toward the down the hallway.
I wonder which one of these guards betrayed us by hacking this thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to
Investigate that
say.
right now.
Which guard was it?
I mean, that's probably in their heads, but
But they're coming for the vault first.
they're coming for the vault first. So they're coming down the hallway. Roll me, someone who's good at stealth, roll me a stealth.
Okay, what's my difficulty?
You're not rolling difficulty, you're rolling against them.
Okay.
Lena, distract them with your adorable antics. Save us.
I'm going to throw a white die, unless people object.
I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
I too would like to not be shot and dumped in an alley.
Yes, right?
Okay, yep. All right, leaning into those suckers. All right, so you've got that, and then we're going to pick Dark. Perception. There it is. Flip it right back on you.
Saw that coming.
Yes.
Okay, tie goes to the defender. So you still remain stealthed. So that's good. So they are coming down the hallway, but that means because you are stealth, that means that you all will get a surprise round. Just to be clear, are you setting? Do you want to set up in the door to the vault, or the hallway leading to the vault? Do you want to set up in the vault? Do you want to set up?
Not in the vault, in the hallway leading up to the vault. But do we want to go where the gun was or further in? Yeah.
I'd say
Man, is there?
Yeah,
okay, I'm
where's it
trying to
tactically?
No. I'm trying to picture this. Hallway comes up, gun emplacement, door behind gun emplacement.
Yeah, it's very much what you see in the graphic. So there's this hallway with, frankly, some little places, alcoves that you can get into for semi-cover.
So here is what I would like. I would like us in the hallway, hidden, so that they come around the door, see a broken gun and an open vault door.
Yes.
I want them dashing into the vault.
Yes, and then we close the vault.
Or just run.
Well,
Yes.
both. I mean,
Yeah.
if we can get Bobkin to do that.
Porque no los dos. But yes, I want them to see the open vault door and the busted gun and just be like, oh no, and run past us.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay,
That's a good one.
that's an excellent plan, actually. It's because this is the advantage that this has alcoves. Like so,
Yep.
I'm going to say that your 3 advantages are that you actually turn off that little the little lights. So you basically which is just like clip the wires. So basically, it becomes dark in the tunnel. It makes it easier to hide in those alcoves.
The little light is the computer panel. Or
No. The little light you see on the
okay.
screen is just a light. It's just they
fine, that's fine.
they got a little light bolted onto the wall. So all right. So you guys hide. They come around. It's a hell of a thing. They come around the corner. Zark, you can feel the boards. You see the boards vibrate. You can't feel them. You see the boards vibrating as
you can hear them crack.
And he can barely stand up in here. He's like, gosh, I actually got to duck a little bit. But he goes. You guys are hidden in the hall in the alcoves along the hallway. He goes past you, sees the fallen thing, sees the open vault, and just kind of rushes into the vault and is just kind of looking around.
Oh yeah, no, that's when we take our leave.
Okay, so there's only one trick with that is that the vault. So most of them are kind of behind Zark, looking into the vault.
Yeah.
But there's 2 you're going to have to go through, like directly behind you, further down the hallway. What are you going to do? So in other words, if you get out, you're right in between 2 groups of them.
Can we just like flying wedge through those 2? Like at this point, my goal is to get us back out the way we came in, and I don't care if they're aware of us right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, if that's the case, then it's just pop out and start shooting, right?
We also
I
have
run.
grenades.
Not,
Yeah.
not
Oh.
shoot, run. I want to be at the entrance. I don't care if they die.
Oh, yeah, let's just take 2 stun grenades and throw them in between the 2 groups. And
Yeah,
then just
stun
take
grenade
off.
and then run.
Okay.
Shouldn't it be run and then stun grenade
Yeah.
in close quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
fair. Run,
Oh,
stun
I
grenade
think-
behind us.
I'm sorry, I thought we were like behind like cover and stuff, so
So
we can
it's-
check it out
Well,
into them.
you are behind cover, but
You're in a
this
tunnel.
this is what I'm saying.
know,
Yeah.
I know.
So there's people behind you, and there's people in front of you where you want to go. So when you emerge from cover, the people who are where you want to go will see you.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically you're emerging from cover. The people behind you won't see you. The people in front of you will see you.
Right.
So
Charge
you
through them, stun grenade over the shoulder as we pass.
all right. So you just want
I'm gonna
to
set my blaster to stun anyways,
okay.
just in case it gets rowdier than I want.
Very very good of you. Okay, we're still gonna need,
To make
despite
up for the criminal instinct.
despite all of that, we're gonna still need initiative rolls because
Rolls, and so Sorbo is briefing everyone on this. The goal is for everyone to get out the way
Out.
we came in.
To get out.
That's
Right.
more
Yeah.
important than taking care of someone. I will take up the rear.
And this is cool, right?
and this is cool, yeah, because you are absolutely all knowing, all seeing at this point.
We're rolling cool. Okay.
Yeah, you're rolling cool.
I assume you want me to as well, since
I do.
I
I
didn't
do.
go anywhere, so I got to get out of here too.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
the exit though. You know the route at least.
Are we just rolling, Pete, or is there anything I have to add?
Well, you know how you
You,
got in
you
here.
just rolled straight. There's no difficulty.
Yeah, but you should have a map and should know how to get to the path that we took from
Yeah,
where
you
we're at.
didn't come in the same way we did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't plan on going out the same way you did.
I mean, if you go out the
Okay.
same way as us, then we all just get on the ship and go.
Yeah. at this point in time, it's just stick with us. We don't need you to be
Oh,
any more
okay.
distracted.
Well, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to do it in the droid. I gotta ditch the droid then.
Yeah, you'd have to ditch the droid.
Oh, okay. I thought we were keeping it.
How am I supposed to drive the droid through a water-filled tunnel?
Honestly, it may be easy. It may be easier for Lena to get out if you because the checkpoint is gone. The thing she had to go through. Those people are now here.
Yeah. On top of that, this was just scrap, so it's fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay, doke. So here's what we got. We got 3 PC slots, and then we've got 2 NPCs go, and then 1 PC, and then 1 NPC. So you guys can act. Three of you can act before they get to do a damn thing.
Did you roll for
Oh.
our
Oh,
heal
I didn't roll for Xerxes. You're absolutely right. So I did not roll for Xerxes.
And I would have given a Bobkin one of the stun grenades. And then Bobkin, if you wanted one, you would have gotten one as well. He said questioningly.
You just said Bobkin twice.
Or sorry, Bobkin and Sorbo. Sorbo was the other name that I forgot.
Oh no, I have my gun.
Just checking. Okay.
Okay.
I like the plan. I'm rushing. Get out.
Yeah, it's GTFO time.
Okay.
My honest to goodness plan is take one of the stun grenades, hand it to one of the guys as we're walking by, and just keep running.
Hold this.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
hold
yes.
this.
So this is so basically, you're moving. You're moving as fast as you can, just bum rushing through them. That makes sense. So who's going first?
Well, I guess I am, because Sorbo's taking up the rear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be
doke.
the last one out.
Okie doke, okie doke. And that's not correct. Let's remove that slot. It's not correct. It's PC. All right, so let's see. What do you roll here to? I don't know if I've done chase mechanics in this game before. So we know that you can move as an action, and it's basically the same as it's very similar to D&D in that way. Basically, if you want to push it, if you want to run really fast, basically take a strain and you just run really fast. But I think to get past people who are trying to grab you, they're going to try to grapple you, and you're going to try to, athletics it. So I think
Athletics?
so I think it might be athletics.
Just a straight roll or what?
It is let's see. It is against. It's against. Is that opposed? I'm going to say it's an opposed roll, so just straight roll.
Straight roll.
Yeah, kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but
So are we.
yeah. All right, where's the melee? There it is. That's wrong. Okay. Righto. So somebody tries to grab you. Where is my brawl? Brawl. There we go. All right. Okay. So, the Trandoshan will be in your way. So you're gonna have to be engaged with him. That is not a hit, by the way. That's just he blocks you. So he's in your way. So how do we want to do that? So you are stuck. You cannot get any further down the hallway. Next person to go. So
Well, he still gets an action though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Actually, you still get an action. Yes. Sorry. So that was your.
You go to run, he steps
Yeah.
out in front of you.
Yeah, you go to run. He steps out in front of you with a triumph, which basically means he's blocked you. You've got to engage him. So Bobkin, so I assume sticks.
Yeah.
Stick him.
Usually about the head and neck.
Okay.
All right. Melee.
Yep, indeed. Target is 2 purple.
2 purple.
Melee is always 2 purple. Melee and brawl.
Okay. Oh shit.
1 failure. Okay, so this is the Trandoshan, who we've all been spending so much time with. You don't manage to hit him. You're flying around with the sticks, but he's basically kind of just got it kind of blocking with his heavy blaster. Which, by the way, the advantage is he's in such close contact with you, he cannot use that heavy blaster very easily. So you are now engaged with him. Next person to go. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop out and try and get past the other guy.
Okay.
You said there's two.
Yeah.
But I want to try and skullduggery the stun grenade into his pocket.
Okie doke.
Just like clip it to his like.
Yeah. Just clip it to his
harness or
shirt.
You do realize if you fail to do this, it's going to do something like go off with you standing next to him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Couldn't just wait and throw it.
What's the difficulty?
For the skullduggery to
Not
place.
justifying that question with a response. I
So
You get killed, ain't my fault.
the difficulty on the skullduggery, it's let's see. In this case, I'm just going to go with a straight difficulty. I'm going to say it's 2.
Okay. One success.
One success. What threat? One threat. So.
You've stuck a live grenade in the pocket of a man next to you?
Yeah. So that is the so.
Well,
So
now
you
I'd like the athletics to try and get past him.
Yes. So roll athletics to try and get past him.
And I already know this is bad. Because it's opposed.
Yep. Let me
Yay.
lower the count.
So fucked.
Oh, hold on a
No
second.
one to blame but yourself.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
By the way, I'm adding damage to this only because I'm lowering the number of people that are in this group. Okay, there we go. All right, so thug. Thug rolls, brawl. What does he get? Okay, yes, he gets one success. So he blocks you too. So he grabs you. You do have successfully now put the grenade in his pocket, and then he like, hey! And grabs you. Okie doke.
Hey, want to see a neat trick? Sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, so you were doing that. That was your action to put the grenade in. So you do not have a weapon ready, right? So he has grabbed you. So that's you. Now we're on to the third PC slot.
To be fair, I do have a weapon drawn in the other hand.
I get it.
But I
I get
can't
it.
do anything with it.
No, because that was your action to put that in there. Okay, so now it's Sorbo. Sorbo, what are you gonna do?
Me or is it Lena?
Oh, it could be Lena too. It could be.
No, I figured let you guys take I'll take the last one.
Okay.
Let those of you that have things in your face deal with it first.
I mean, systems question. What is the penalty for shooting into melee normally?
There's no specific penalty. It's all about the dice. If you get a bad roll, it will be bad. I'm going to say that. Well, here's what I'll say. I'm going to say it's going to be definitely a black die to shoot into melee.
Okay. I think I definitely have a couple of I think I can eat a black die just based on the attachments that I have.
Okay.
But I will double check that.
And I'm going to flip a die. So one of those one of your difficulty becomes a red.
Okay. Just a sec. I need to look one up.
Oh, sorry. It goes the other way. Haha. I was cheating you.
Nobody noticed. You were fine.
Yeah, it's all dark side all the time. I don't understand. You see,
We're gonna start using the dark side, so it's fine.
Yeah, see, we're playing on a Sunday. If we're playing on a Tuesday, it would be you, but we're playing on Sunday, so sorry. Okay, so basically,
I'm gonna the person that is so we've got one person holding Zag, and one person just in melee range with Bobkin.
in engaged with Bobkin, yeah, and that's the Trandoshan.
So and there's only those two on this side.
No.
of the vault.
There's one more.
I thought there were two guys here, and then the other ones were in the vault.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It is 2. I did say it was 2. So yeah.
Awesome. Then
Right,
that means that I can get down the hall a
Yeah.
little ways because I can. They both have someone they're busy with.
Yeah.
So when this goes poorly and it explodes that grenade,
Yeah, I'm
when
getting-
Chekhov's grenade goes off.
I'm getting as far down the hall as I can while still being in short range.
Okay.
and then I'm going to try and shoot the guy engaged with Bobkin.
Okay. Did you spend your strain to move fast?
Yes, I did, because
Okay.
we're all moving.
You're all moving, yes.
So
Yes.
That's one strain to move fast, or two?
One strain to move fast.
Okay, fair.
You just spend a strain. And you don't have anybody left to engage with you, so there's no interdiction roll, so you don't have to do that. So you're going to get to short range, and then you're going to do what?
I'm going to shoot the one that's engaged with Bobkin.
Okay, go for it. It is with let me see, short range. It is like I said, so it's one red, and one red and one.
Because there's normally 2 difficulty for.
Only difficulty, yeah. So one red, one purple, but then one black as well.
Yeah, but then he negates the black.
He negates the
I
black.
was checking. I do not.
You did it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the attachment that I'd had actually does something different.
Okay.
Oh, let's see how I do that. Oh, okay, I'll take that.
Okay. So 3 successes, 2 threats with your gun. How much does that gun do?
So it is.
Oh.
Let's see here. Damage is normally 7. It's going to be 8 because I'm at close range and I have point blank.
Okay. So let's see, 8. So it's 8 plus your successes, right? Yeah.
So 11 stone. Okay.
So 11. Oh, and you're doing stun, right? Okay. It doesn't matter because he's not a nemesis, so he wound stun. It's all the same to him. All right. So, but for role playing purposes, it's important because you're not trying to kill the guy. How nice of you. But his soak still does apply. So he's not quite down, but boy is he reeling. So he took that. The 2 threats. Let's see. The 2 threats I'm going to say are. It's a tough one. Let's see. The 2 threats are in the form of you hear more voices behind you for coming up from somewhere. They're far, but they're coming up from somewhere further down the tunnels. So if you don't get out of here,
Eyes like,
yeah. So basically, if you don't get out of here soon, you're going to have more people behind you. All right. So that is that. So now an NPC gets to go. So I'm going to say the Trandoshan goes.
Because he wants to wallop him some. What's your race called?
He wants to wallop him some Bobkin.
Oh, I thought the Trandoshan had Zag.
yeah, holding.
No, that's the Trandoshan
No.
is on Bobkin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fair. Oh, the nice man that I just shot a bunch. Okay, cool.
Yes.
That might explain why he's angry. Damn
And
it.
he's only in front of Bobkin,
Yes.
not holding Bobkin.
Right.
They are not locked in mortal combat like you are. Good luck, by the way. I'll send condolences to your next of kin.
Okie doke. So, Bobkin, he is way too close to you to use his heavy blaster, but he basically hits you with the butt of it. He does get in, he does clip you across the jaw with it. So it is 3 successes plus, I'm going to say it's just 1 because it's an improvised weapon. So that's 4. What is your soak?
Let's see. Soak.
Yeah, your soak.
Where is it?
My wound strain above the
It's above the dice. Soak is your soak is
Soak
4.
is 4.
Soak is 4, so you take not a lick of damage, basically. Even though I narrated that he hit you he clipped you. He didn't actually clip you. He was going to clip you on the jaw, and you basically threw up your shoulder, and it hit you in the shoulder. So that is that. Meanwhile, the other thug who is engaged with Zag.
Was it 2 NPC slots in a row?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If you look at the list, it is 2 in a row. So he is also going to attempt to brawl. He's going to brawl Zag.
Well, in this case, it's just squeeze.
It's just squeeze.
Yeah.
He's just going to throttle you, basically. So he's just throttling you as the grenade rattles around in his pocket.
What's the 2 threat?
What is the 2 threat? You know what? I'm going to give you the option to decide what his 2 threat is. What do you think the 2 threat are?
I'm hoping that I get the advantage when he, he just squeezed really hard. He's gonna kind of relax for a bit. So I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
take that moment of him to
Okay.
escape next turn.
Well, first of all, you got to take with his
Yeah.
just regular damage plus the 4 successes. So that's 5 damage. So how much do you soak of that?
2.
2. Okay, so take the other.
Yep.
There you
done.
go. Okay, good, done. So he does start to try to strangle you a little bit, and then so you can you can take those 2 threats and turn them into advantages the next time you get to go. So another PC gets to go. Let's not forget about Xerxes. So he should get to go, and then there's Lena. So who wants to go?
Yeah, I'm fine. I intended to go last.
Okay, so Xerxes is going to go. He is getting the heck out of here. Xerxes, who is suddenly quite silent this session.
Can I argue that he would try and at least check the guy that's hugging Zag?
I think it's fair to say he would attack the guy that's hugging Zag.
Yeah.
So I'd say is, he can do stun as well. He can do range light with his pistol.
Yeah. That's probably the best, and then he's just gonna go down the hallway. Like
Okay.
That's what I see.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a die again. No, that's not. That goes this, turns that into red because it's engaged with peoples, and I don't think he has anything for that. And then we'll just do this. Okay, so GM rolling on behalf of Xerxes. 1 failure. Luckily, no despair. So he tries to help you by shooting as he passes by. It doesn't work. It goes into the wall. But he didn't get a despair, so he didn't hit you.
Good.
So that's good.
He's just going down the hallway, and that's fine.
Okay, and look, I've given you a lot of light side to play with. So there you go. So he is done. And then 1 more NPC, which is, I'm going to say, is Zark. So Zark is, again, down in the vault. So he is basically going to spend this, there's not much he can do except spend the turn getting up to you guys. But that means that Zark is going to be, he's going to close to engage this round. And he will be swinging it. He'll be behind Bobkin and Zag. So that's where he is. He's engaged with you next round. All right, fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay, top of the order. Who's going?
Hey, wait a second. Bottom of the order. I go last.
Bottom of the order.
Oh, Lena, sorry. Lena, what are you going to do?
This has been fun. I'm leaving.
Okay, no.
They're fine.
They're fine.
And Lena's actually just gonna drive out. Like,
Just going to drive out? Yeah. Just
yeah.
drive out the main tunnel.
Just like on foot, trying to run through whatever watery cave they can.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just driving out.
Just driving out.
I like that the concession to stealth is you just reach up and turn off the little voice alarm.
Yeah.
And keep driving at the same
beeping.
speed.
It's just like,
Nobody pays attention to a droid. Every single time. Okay, so that's Lena. So that's the bottom of the order. Now we're at the top of the order. All right. Ryan, if you're doing stuff, we might need you to mute while you're doing that. So we will.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I know. You're good. As long as you're coming back. Yeah, as long as it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just turned on the oven, that's all.
Okay. So now we are back to the top of the order. Who's doing what?
I'm
gonna
waiting
let
for
somebody-
my 2 nice friends to do what I told them and get down the hallway in front of me.
All right. What I
Yeah.
would like to do is try.
Oh, by the way, we should decide when the grenade's going off.
yeah. Did you pull the pin before you put the grenade in his pocket?
That's the whole point. So we got
Otherwise,
to.
you've just given him a grenade as a nice present.
Well, what I'm hoping to do, Pete,
Yes.
is try to get on the other side of this man, however it takes, and then force throw him down the hallway.
All right.
Before the
What is
grenade
with
goes
you
off.
and the force throwing?
That's what my plan is.
When you have a hammer. All right, so
Everything's a nail.
I'm going to argue if you go first, then you can do that.
I want to go first then to pull off this excellent plan.
Okay, so roll your force die, sir.
Watch him roll dark side.
I was clearing my head earlier. Did it work?
Yeah,
It
actually,
did work. It did work. So you're basically like, I'm really sorry about this.
Oh, you want to see a cool trick?
Yeah.
Check this out. Boom. And I
All
want
right.
to just launch him off him.
Okay, so you're gonna launch him.
his crew if possible.
Yeah, well, towards Zark, possibly.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm aiming for.
All right, so you basically take him, you just like, he's like throttling you, and you're like, and he's just kind of like, what the hell? And he just bodily goes into Zark. Let's see here, and we'll see what happens. And then I want you to roll. What is it? Ranged light
Excellent.
against 2 difficulty.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, 0 successes, 1 threat. I'm going to say that the stun grenade is unfortunately a big fat nothing, because what happens is when you force throw him, he does not land into well, he doesn't land into Zark. He's kind of, well, it's not a big fat nothing. I'm going to say it's still effective because you put it in him last round, so that was a success. But it doesn't hit Zark. So basically, it goes down and it kind of just poof, goes off in the round and in the hallway. It does not affect Zark. You do not get blast.
Does it get anybody on the other side?
No, just gets that
him.
just that thug. Just that thug.
Oh, that poor man's pants are just all right.
Yeah.
And then it's go down the hallway.
And that's
then
going in the hallway.
straight.
Expend a strain, please.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
take a straight.
Okay, next, who is up next in the order? I think it would probably be Bobkin.
Yeah. Well,
Are you going to try to slip away from these guys to disengage because your team's heading out the door and you now have
gotta go. That was the plan.
gotta go. Okay, so gotta go. All right, so mark off a strain because you take a strain,
Okay.
and then you gotta roll. I'm gonna say you could roll athletics or coordination. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I forgot about this. There's something you can do.
What's that?
You have Force Enhance. You can use the Force to enhance your physical abilities.
There we go.
So roll a white die, if you want.
Oh, okay. White die.
Roll a white die. King of the dark side. King of the dark side.
I was gonna say I rolled too light earlier. Can I give him one?
Doesn't work like that.
Not how
Doesn't
that
work like
works.
But
that.
I can hope.
It keeps happening, man. It keeps happening.
Well, here I'll give you another
Dice
option.
are telling you something, man.
I will give you another option. I'll give you another chance. I will let you flip a destiny die to roll another, to just roll it again.
Okay. What do I do?
4 to 1, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Don't use the dark side though.
All right.
Roll another white die.
It's the same white die. Roll the white die again.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
There you go. 2 light side. Okay, so.
That dagger spoke to you for a few seconds.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Okay.
Still Zag's fault.
Yeah, so for a brief moment you think you hear a whisper from the dagger, but you're not. It must be in your imagination. But then you do remember, hey, wait a minute, I got the Force. And so you activate that and basically parkour around the guy. So instead, as he's like got you, and you see Zark come up behind you, you're like, okay, and you just you basically run across the wall and the ceiling and land behind them, and run. So that's what you do, and they just kind of like the Trandoshan is like, what the. It's just not the Trandoshan's day. This is not his day.
That dude's gonna need some serious therapy.
Yes. So yeah. So
He'll go totally straight.
Yeah,
He'll
it's
be
just
like,
like,
this life of crime is not for me anymore.
going back to nerf herding. We have one more PC slot before the NPCs go. What do you want to do?
So, quick question. I just want to get a recap on where everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
Zag is past me. Bobkin is past me.
Zag and Bobkin are basically running past you right now. Yeah.
Okay, and we're in the hall.
You're essentially in the hall beyond the armory. So most of this fight actually took place in the armory.
Can we pull up the map? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the map is actually so large that it's actually not useful. What I will say is, and my apologies, I should have probably put a bigger No, not with the little droids in there. So there we go.
Like they fall off.
They fall off the screen. So you're essentially
Hell, which is
you're essentially in the armory. So that little space behind that cage is where you came from. You had this little brief melee in this room, and then you ran past them. So you're back at the doorway where you first were when you took out the droids, and you're by the security panel. Okay. So that's where you are.
Where's like when we first came in here, we had armory and we had vault.
Yeah.
So we came in one passageway, and then
Yeah.
there was a Y.
Yeah.
Armory down one side, vault down the other.
So that is if you keep going down the hallway the way you're going to reach that Y intersection. Remember
That's my goal.
Remember that you heard voices coming down from the stem of the Y.
So they're coming down from effectively where the cantina is.
Yes.
So we can probably get to the Y before they get here. That's my goal. My goal is to get us all past that point.
Yes. Yes.
So, if I can try and drop one of these guys and still move quickly, that's fine. Moving quickly is more important. But my goal is to get everyone past that Y junction. So I don't know what to do with that. Can I help either of these two alone,
Can you
or am
cover fire?
Yeah, I guess cover fire.
Cover fire probably is the best thing that you can do at this point. That will keep them down.
So the one who was engaged with Bobkin, who's taken a fair amount of stun.
Yeah. Would hit him again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and drop him.
Okay, try and drop him.
So one less person to worry about. And this is 2 purple.
2 purple.
Nah.
Okay. So you don't manage to do that. However, you do get 3 advantages, and I'm going to say that the 3 advantages are that stun blast hits one of the canisters that's along the wall, which starts to, just kind of crackle and kind of almost like jump around, like it's got Mexican jumping beans or something in it. It just goes gung, 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 gung. And so that's caused.
Good. I've shot a CG cylinder.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
So it's doing something. But the advantage to you is that it's basically right next to them, and it's kind of just inhibiting them and got their attention.
I want to spend a strain
to run the hell up the. Okay. All right. So you all do that. So you're running up to that, up to there. No, there's no dudes in here anymore. Although there will be in a minute. So that is them. So the 2 NPCs. Let's see. Jesus, this is just such chaos.
It's probably the 2 we've been fighting, to be honest. The nice man who got up from the stun grenade, and then the person I just shot at.
Yeah. The Trandoshan's a Trandoshan. He's just got a bad temper. He's gonna do a thing. All right. He's gonna shoot back at you. And he hits you. Okie doke. So, that is, let's see, 9 plus 1 is 10, so 10. 10 damage from a big heavy blaster that he's got in his hands.
Toward me?
Toward you, toward Sorbo.
Excellent.
He is not on
There's
stun.
nothing I can do about this, right?
Well, what's your soak?
Yeah, what's your soak?
2.
So take 8.
Take 8. Okay, so you take a pretty hard hit that spins you around as you're running. So that is you. Zark takes that canister and is going to try to throw it down the hallway at you. I don't think this is going to do anything, but I'm just going to...
Zark has some big brass ones for grabbing a live canister bouncing around.
He does. Well, he's pretty damn tough. So he does that.
I hope he fails and it goes off his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, who does he think he is, Zag?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to flip another die so he gets a yellow. But he's got 2 purple and 2 black, so I wouldn't hold my breath. All right. Oh, sorry. It was not him. Ignore that. It's Zark.
Okay.
Ignore that. Plus it didn't do it right. What just happened? Okay. Wait a minute. All right. Too many NPCs. There we go. Got it. There we go. Much better. Trandoshan's like, you should have let me do it. So 1 failure and 3 threats. So it basically, he heaves.
Not angry enough.
He heaves ho, or maybe he's too angry. He heaves ho the thing, and because of the angle, this small tunnel, it bounces off the tunnel and bounces into one of the other areas, and the electrical charge makes one of the blasters start firing into the ceiling. So it's just insanity. So blasters fire into the ceiling. The canister is like sparking all over the place and spewing some kind of blue vapor. It's madness. It's time for PC to go. I'm going to assume that's going to be Xerxes, and he's just going to spend a strain to go the hell up the hallway. He is not going to try to do anything else other than that. The last ones are, let me see, I need another thing. So that thug group is effectively, that thug is out. The other thug is coming up. I don't see how there's anything he can do this round other than take cover. Take cover. So there's not much that thug can do at this round. So, and then Lena, you are just hightailing it up the hallway still, correct?
Right. I'm just I'm leaving.
Zoom. You're out. All right.
But they'll be fine.
They'll be
and
fine.
actually, her end destination is the place that set her up with the droid.
Okay. All right. That's
The
good.
dude she bought it from.
Oh, excellent idea. All right, so the rest of you, the next round, you reach the opening or the Y junction. You hear and see shadows coming up the other hallway. Do you want to do anything to slow them down because you have a long hallway to run down?
Yeah. So we have 3 actions in a row.
You have three actions in a row this round. Yes.
Yeah. So everyone else can basically get past Sorbo.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you need any help with anything?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
You've got grenades. So if
I
you
Yeah,
know.
no,
that's-
I don't need grenades.
okay.
You need grenades. You have a sorbo.
So if everyone is behind me and the Y is in front of me,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of aiming at the intersection,
Yeah.
I'm gonna unlimber the missile tube that I picked up from the army and try and collapse the cage.
It was Chekhov's rocket launcher.
Why not? Chekhov's rocket launcher. It absolutely is true.
I was the red herring all along.
Yes.
This is probably gonna end poorly, but you know.
Ranged heavy.
Okay.
You're not really aiming at anything in particular. So
I mean the ceiling.
the ceiling. So I'm gonna say it's 2 purple, but it's like, I don't know, like it's an enclosed space. So there's a black, there's a blue because you're just aiming at a goddamn ceiling. So I'm gonna say just 2 purple. Everything
So
cancels
just
out.
2 purple.
Just 2 purple. Everything cancels out.
I'm spending a light side on this
Okay.
Okay.
because we have a bunch of them, and I'm terrified of what's going to happen.
Yes.
Not terrified. Okay, so it's my ranged heavy, and it is 2 purple.
Okay.
Boom.
So how does this?
Bada bing.
How does this? Oh yeah.
So for reference, missile tubes do a base of 20 damage,
Yeah. Okay.
and they have
Lane was
breach,
just
which
like
means-
driving out. Here's boom.
and they have breach, which means they're good at damaging structures.
Lena, you go out and you hear boom. Black Spire Outpost goes, the hell was that?
Do we have planet quakes?
Yeah. Do we have quakes? We have quakes again? There is no need to roll for this. The tunnel collapses. There's just huge piles of rubble. There's some screaming. There's absolute chaos, and you all can hightail it up the tunnel.
I can't hear any screaming.
Yes.
I can't hear anything for the next 2 or 3 hours.
That's exactly right. You're just like, ooh, it's just all, yeah.
Just the tinnitus is just.
But it does not collapse the tunnel on you, which is good. So you managed to get the heck out of there.
Yes.
That's it, folks. You're out. You make your way down into the down the the shaft into the water. You make it out. You get back together with the
Grasshopper.
the grasshopper, and then you radio Lena and the Lost Legacy, and presumably tell Agagar that you have in hand what she wants.
Yep. Sounds pretty accurate.
And once we've all gotten back together, Sorbo goes and takes a nap because he has 6 health left.
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, so he will in fact, Xerxes can
Doctor.
Xerxes can provide you. Yeah, Xerxes can provide you with a quick healing roll, and with his advantages, that should be pretty much what you need. All right.
Yeah, we have a combat medic now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that to you. Okie doke. Plus, I'll give you another one, and there we go. Okie doke. So let's see. I'm going to say that you get like 5 back.
Okay. Just in case we have to
I've got
deal with
medicine.
something that's All right.
Yeah, you could assist, but he's going to be fine, I think.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, sure, good. You're good. All right, so you all get the heck out of there, and I think.
I wanted to go back to the dude I got the droid from
Okay. So you go back to Mubo's.
and be like, thank you, I don't need this anymore.
Oh, you're really not going to hold on to it?
Yeah. That's yours. You can
I
keep
think
it.
I think this thing is now, every DoorDash droid on this area is going to be suspicious for the next like 3 months. The cover's blown. Like,
Yeah, I'm not like that. This is a one-time kind of shenanigan.
Okay, fair.
Lena doesn't repeat
Tricks.
shtick.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not part of her art.
You want me to do the same thing again twice? Oh, fair enough. It's Paris, the
What
thought.
is this?
One take. One
Yes,
take.
one take
All it
only.
is.
One take only.
So so she's like, hey, I'm good, thank you. You can have this back now.
Indeed. He's just kind of baffled, but he's like, okay.
It's mostly fine.
Are you going to warn this nice person that perhaps this droid should not be on like the front display area of this shop for the next like week or so, just in case
Month.
anyone wandering down the street sees the droid that wronged them in the tunnel collapse and
You might want to like paint it, or if there's
Strip
like
this one for
serial
parts.
numbers, like file them off.
He remembers you told him who you were going up against.
right.
So
Oh yeah, I was gonna say actually, I think I did have that conversation with him.
yeah, so he'll strip it down for parts.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. So yeah, so that part is done with. Yeah, basically the word quickly spreads around Black Spire Outpost that something happened in Nifton's Warrens, and he is just like furious, and he's trying to put the feelers out, telling everybody he wants information, pay through the nose for it. You get
makes him look desperate too.
yeah.
He's not as all powerful as everyone thinks.
Right. Do you want to leave the Lost Legacy out of port for a while? Like have them just circle the system for a while?
I think it would be good to have as few reminders of our presence here
Yeah.
as possible.
Okay, fair enough. Presumably, though, you do want to deliver the paddle to Aga.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you make delivery with Aga, and she is just endlessly chuckling when you arrive, and even more so when you tell her the story. She's
I'm going to apologize to her that the exit out of the Warrens that is like the escape tunnel is no longer going to be like when she takes the place back over. You might need like a repair crew to get that open again.
I can work with it. So she is absolutely she is overjoyed. She is overjoyed, and tells you that she will be going straight to the local town council to make her claim with again a few other greased palms that have been that she's prepared for this moment, and it is very likely that Kur Nifton will very quickly lose his footing. He may try to look for someplace else to start up, but the tide has turned against him. It is more likely that he will probably run home to his brother, or run to his brother, not home, because they have no set home. She just wants to let you know, just so you know, it's likely that they're not going to be done with you.
Got 2 more rounds from the missile too. We're fine.
Yes. But you might want to get out of port for a little while.
Seems like a good suggestion.
So with that, we will say that presumably you will probably want to get out of port for a while. And it's been a while since we talked about it, but the fact is that you do have in your hot little hands something that you went through a lot of trouble to get a while back, and that is the map. Mm-hmm. It's been quite a while, but you did spend a lot of time and get all that astrogation data together so you could find this system that was not on any star chart, which is Kuna's heart. Is that going to be your next destination, or is there something else that you want to do before that?
Well, Zag is unfortunately now obsessed with the dagger and is probably going to be obsessed with trying to do this. Unfortunately, something has been sparked in Zag again, and it's his curiosity of the Jedi. So his vote is to do that.
How many fucking obligations does your character have?
All of them, I think.
Just the
Boy.
one.
You just went through and just ordered the whole menu.
Yeah. I
I'll
can get
take the
extra XP for
sampler.
this?
Other opinions? Like, again, just I was assuming that was the next thing you would do, but if there's something else you want to do, let me know. What do you think?
Yeah, what was the last thing that we did with that?
The last thing that you did with it was that Lena, actually loaded up the astrogation data that Doc Ondar translated for you or decoded for you, and plugged in what you knew about the system, and you had a successful astrogation roll, and you found the system. It's not actually that far from. It's actually not that far from where you guys are in terms of in galactic terms. Like, it's in this cluster with a bunch of systems with sort of similar names. Kuna's Eye, Kuna's Heart. Well, the Kuna's Heart is the lost one, but it's a Kuna, the Kuna constellation of Kuna, basically, which happens to be very co-located, and it's down a couple of hyperspace lanes and into this cluster. It's not really all that far. I mean, it's a few days.
And if
Seems like a good distance to get now that we've caused some shit.
Actually, if I remember correctly, Zag doesn't know you have this.
Oh yeah, so after all this time, all this time, you're like, oh, by the way, Zag, it's like Zag's like, we got to get back on this thing. Oh, we already cracked it.
Oh, we know where that is.
It's just like a couple blocks away.
Dude, you get creepier like every day.
I don't know what you're talking about creepier, but can we go?
No, like I'm gonna literally hold up a mirror to your face. He's weirding me out again.
Alright, maybe a little creepy. Oh, Bobkin, that dagger.
Yeah, I have not heard from Bobkin or Sorbo yet. Thoughts?
I just go wherever the pilot goes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we can go there. I don't recall why we were going to go there, but yeah.
Well, to refresh your memory after months and months, so the original thing that you were hired by the nice man who has the big spaceship, Andro, and Lodicom, was to find evidence of what happened to his ancestor.
Oh, that's right.
His ancestor, Lancelin Kron. And it was on in this long, strange trip. It was on you believed it was on that this orrery led to a lost system which could not be found. And now you have found the route to that lost system.
Well, there you go.
And hopefully you believe the route which will tell you wherever Lancelot and Kron went.
All right.
So that's where he wanted to go in the first place before all of this happened. And Sorbo, you're fine with it. Lena, are you on board with that? Is that what we're doing next?
Yeah,
Okay.
that works for me.
Okay. All right. So we're going to assume that you rendezvous with the Lost Legacy, and that the Lost Legacy, after getting all your stuff, getting all your strain recovered and all your wounds healed and everything repaired, that you will head off toward Kuna's heart. We will begin with the journey to Kuna's heart next time, and hopefully finally uncover the mystery which started this whole damn thing. So about 10 sessions ago. So hopefully you will find the answer to the questions you've been looking for all this time. All right. Indeed. So that is it for this time. Folks who watch on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube, and please check us out again next time, and we'll post this on Twitter in the next session as soon as we have it. All right. Thanks everybody for watching.